Patrick Ponce.
Mama Nazuma, Papa Nazuma. All right, Bobo Nazuma. All right. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to today's Connect on Today95.1 FM. All right. All you need to do is just call me now and tell me what is disturbing you. But away from politics, so. All right. Just stay away a little bit away from politics somehow. I know everybody is angry. Very, 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 very angry. But I heard, in the news, not that I heard, it's in the news now, that Governor Sim bought motor for police. 100 for that matter. That's police, so this police, so he bought motor for them. It's all right. What do you want to hear from my mouth? And he told them not to be partisan. This police. Hey. So it's our money there isn't to buy motor for police now. It's all right. 0810-9510-951. That's the number to call. Tell me what's in your mind. Send me a message. Tell me politics. I appreciate it. Yes, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Go ahead, sir. Yes, please.
Chief Becker from Port Harcourt.
Go ahead.
What is on my mind is NNPC trying to monopolize fuel that is about to be produced from Dangote refinery. I don't know why they want to monopolize the price of that fuel. Why not allow all the marketers and or those who have the capacity to buy and sell to Nigerians so that the price of fuel will be crashed down to the barest minimum. So right now, NNPC, this one is not an imported fuel. They still want to monopolize the price of the fuel produced by Dangote refinery. It's a sad one indeed. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your time. And I was also thinking, this NYSC Wahala, you gave people call-up letter. They got to their destination and you say they should come back. Well, why not even sue NNPC? Sorry, NYSC. Because these guys pay transportation, right, from their homes down to where they sent them. Now you're telling them to come back because you confused yourself. We know most of the sectors are not even working in the country. But like in this present time, that transportation is very high. People will now pay transport. Their parents who are already poor will give them money to pay transport. Someone said she went to Niger. You can imagine, from the south or southeast down to the north. Then you're now telling them to come back. They should sue NYC now. Don't you think so? Or you didn't listen to that report? They should sue them now. What if anything had happened to them on the way? That's how people who occupy public office, all these parastatals, they just do anyhow and get away with it. Now you are saying the call-up letters you gave them, they are incorrect. Who gave them the call-up letter in the first place? It's like the employment they usually do sometimes, and then later they will say the employment was, what do you call it, was mad with irregularities. And then you won't pay compensation? No. Yes, good evening.
Good evening, Maxwell.
Go ahead.
Yes, the governor, Mike, calling from South.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, the governor buying motor for police. I think it came too late, but it's better late than never. Because some governors has already given like two sets of vehicles, cars and pickup. So I commend the governor for the cars, but he should do well to give them pickup as well. Pickup at
for what? Why would the governor be giving them cars and pickups?
For effective policing.
Which effective? People are looking for food to eat. You're giving cars to police.
This is the time that police need to perform. Because everybody are angry now. Any little thing can lead to crisis.
Have they been performing? Why would they give them cars?
They have been performing.
Why are you laughing? Why Why would they carry our taxpayers' money to give them? Me, have they given me car? Me, I know to drive. No, they hungry me.
You are not recognized. You are not.
Why?
You are
Who
not
told you I'm not
carried.
recognized?
You cannot shoot gun. You cannot shoot gun.
No, it's not only for people who shoot gun. The job. Do you know the kind of job I'm doing here? Is government paying me? I'm doing their job in addition to the private one I'm doing. Anyway, thank you. Do you know the kind of job I'm doing? Eh? Say I'm not recognized. For what? Good evening. All right, tell me what's on your mind. So for the NYC people, those who are decent, go and get a good lawyer, pro bono. When they pay the compensation, you share it. Look for an Inibe Effiong. Femi Falana is too big. Just look for good lawyers. You sue NYC now. You pursue the case, even if it's how many years. You load them with some good money. Because why would you give people incorrect call-up letters, send them to another state, and then later you told them to come back? It's only in this country, that anything happens. People stay in offices and behave anyhow. They get away with it, and then nothing will happen, right? Because people are, the people who just say, "We leave it in the hands of God." So, Max, the governor of Rivers State, Sir Joseph Ubara, is now squandering Rivers' money for frivolity he won't ever get. Rivers people are hungry, jobless. Yeah, the governor is wasting our money. If you ask me, I'll say they are the same people. It's just a plow to steal Rivers' money. All right. No, I just mentioned that. Just stay away from politics. Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, good evening. Go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Yeah, I don't know if you know why this governor is going to buy car for police people. What the police don't use car do? They want to wait for their station. They don't use and finish. I mean, they don't repair the car. The country is falling. They are busy buying car for people that they are not even doing their work in the society. Every day, people are crying that they are snatching their phone. Even police people are there, they will not do anything. They are rushing buying car for them. For what purpose is now? I don't even understand, though. This country, everybody just doing own mind. Let them continue like that. It's a welcome development for them, sir. But this one is no good at all.
This one is welcome development. BP says, I'm wondering if Keke will ply the ring road after completion. You raise a very good point there. I'm not sure if Keke will ply that road, though. The ring road is double lane now. If you ply, that means you also go through, what you call it, the flyover. I don't think that's possible. Good evening.
Good evening, Master.
Go ahead.
I'm the Master. Hey, at the last. Or under the last. Now, you don't see people that say good government don't enter. Hunger day. People, just since the day break, people are looking for one meal to eat. They never see. That money, the government carry them by motor for van for current feed university people. What thing will happen? Just way that money, current people never eat food. Get away from where they break. They never see food to eat. Why are government so wicked like this? Now, me they see they hear people they support where they say yes, good, this will not come. Now, me they see my God, how go judge everybody. You know what?
All right, thank you. All right, let me just touch this one again. Okay, what did Dangote say? That the National Executive Council will determine the price of petrol from his refinery. And we heard that NNPC has also increased fuel price, right? But they are denying it, but they have increased it. Because will they increase it and then, or will they keep it at the normal price and then these guys will increase it? It's not possible now. Now Dangote is saying that they are the ones who will determine it, not him, that is the producer. They are the ones who will determine it. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? It's all right. 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 Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, go ahead.
Wow, there's a caller pass.
that things fall apart, the center cannot hold. You see, things has really fallen apart from federal down to the state. Our governor have the audacity to go and buy how many?
No, don't say audacity. No. Don't use that word. Let's respect the office of the governor.
Okay. Now, at the end of the day, he has empowered them to go and be looking for locations where they can be extorting money from innocent citizens. That is the only, in the name of security. They are not securing anything. Just give them money. Even if you are carrying human head, you go to where you are going to. At the end of the day. Uncle Matt, what is paining me today especially? Is this NDDC 10,000 empowerment? Nobody is hearing anything about that one. Answer. Let me tell you,
let me laugh small. Let me laugh.
You see this current government? Only God himself will come down from heaven and take over the leadership of this current government.
It's all right. I came to laugh today. Hey, it's all right. Yes, good evening.
Max.
Yes, what's on your mind?
Yeah, good evening. Max, there's this issue are discussing about giving police that as at last 2-3 months ago, they normally kidnap.
All right, call in and tell me what's on your mind. Your line was breaking. Okay, let's try it again. Yes, good evening. Hello. I'm sorry. Maybe you can just send a message. All right. Also, my mind is about the issue of Rima loan. It's taking too long, or have they swindled us of our 7,000 naira account opening money? Every month I get debit from Rima. Hey, it's all right. You say I will sue them. If you want to, if you have a good lawyer, please do the needful. Max, I greet you. It says Nigeria don't need peaceful protests, so you guys from the media should allow Nigeria vent their anger. These people in government should be taught a lesson. NNPC has increased fuel, and everyone is still docile, lamenting. If it's some serious country by now, everywhere will be on a lockdown. All right, thank you, Franklin. Someone has talked about the 10,000 empowerment from NDDC. Another person talked about Rima. That's the loan, right? Please, those of you who submitted your this thing, how far now with the loan? Have they given you the loan? Please tell us if they've given you. Don't hide it.
Maswell, good evening. Calling from Iboiche. Since governor has bought 100 vehicles for police, let them come and be precision for Iboiche now and give us some of the vehicles now for security purpose in Iboiche. Let them come and give us one or two vehicles. Be precision in Iboiche. There's no security in Iboiche. There's no precision in Iboiche.
So if you've collected that loan, please let us know. Don't hide it. Let me take this one. It says, what's on my mind? Max, cars for police, a very welcome development, more roadblocks and collection centers. Unfortunately, they will use them to block him in 2027. Are they loyal to his government? Kanu, thank you. Max, oil mill around Eleme Junction area is full of bush. Grass has overgrown the area. Do we still have Ministry of Environment in this state? Yes, we do. Max, if you get to Igbo Express Junction, you will see loads of refuse and dirt in the middle of the road. Littering and scattering everywhere on the road. That is the same place that police stand for one step to the other to be collecting money from drivers. Where do the policemen go when people come to dump the refuse there? Do we still have Ruwama in this state? Mr. John, okay, like you said. Good evening. Yes, what's on your mind?
Yes, my name is Goodluck. I'm calling from Agrita.
Go ahead.
In respect to the loan, I have not collected though. My own problem is that they should try to pay the minimum wage. That's my only issue. And that will help to curb hunger in the land. Because school is about to resume. You know, transport is on the high side now. A liter of petrol is not less than 1,000 naira. Please will try and help us. And importantly, people should tell Dangote to open his gate to not to allow the executive to determine how much he's going to sell his fuel. So we are ready to buy from the refinery. I beg. Ogamas, look at more. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time. What's on your mind? We still have more time. Today we have enough time. So please, tell me what's on your mind. What's bothering you? Okay. Let me check this one.
Very well. Like last 3-4 months ago, this kidnapping that was happening along this airport road, which they send a lot of them along that airport road, from airport roundabout to Igrita, from Obrikure to airport. Do you know that, Max, if you pass there from 9-10, you won't see any of them again? So they are only active just to come out during morning and afternoon to collect money from the motorists. Then at night, when they're supposed to do the normal work, you will not see all of them. This is what I'm saying. I'm not. It's not what someone told me or what. I'm talking about what I saw, and it happens every day by day. Please, the commissioner should talk to them to make use of this, can do their work very well. God bless.
Yes. Good evening.
Hello, Max.
Good evening, sir. Go ahead.
Good evening. It's like you choose the number you pick or the line you my name is Longman. Hello?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Go ahead, sir.
I just want to clear one thing. The police card donation, the governor has security votes. So it's from security votes he used in procuring those things. Not that they use reverse money to buy cars for police. And besides, without police, you cannot be able to walk into your station to work. No, we know that they have bad eggs, but among the bad eggs there are good ones. You know what I'm saying? So if the governor is buying the car, is to motivate them to do more, to work and come to look at Corona River State, chase away all these miscreants. You know, so it's not a bad idea for him to do that. And another one, the fuel crisis in Nigeria now. You see, Dangote says 48 hours. His fuel will flood Nigeria. But there is clause here. Now he's saying NNPC and federal government, Federal Executive Council, will fix price. That means to say the thing will not see the light of the day at the end of the day. Because the whole thing is shielded in secrecy. And we don't know where we're going. Don't know what is happening. Today now, fuel is 1,000 something. 1,002, 1,001. So where are we going from here? And the president does not feel it. He does not care.
Thank you,
He's
sir.
not bothered about the people. So I don't know why we have bad leaders in this country. Yeah, they will just come and tell us, Bobo. People will vote for them, yet they will not meet up their manifesto.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Just bringing suffering.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Maxwell, my own problem is the rise, the hike in the cost of fuel. Why is NLC silent on this fuel matter? Where are the elder statesmen, the leaders of thought and prominent Nigerians? Why is everybody so quiet and allow Tinubu to subject us to this kind of suffering? Are we now slaves in our country? The hardship is getting so unbearable and nobody's saying anything. What a hopeless situation, Mr. Lucky. Mr. Lucky, you're waiting for elder statesmen. Which ones? Is it the Council of State that you're waiting for? Is it the elders? Is it the traditional rulers? The big traditional rulers who said you should not protest? Is that the ones you're waiting for? Hey, it's all right. It's all right. What's on my mind? Is it a crime to be a Nigerian? Why are leaders enjoying? The masses are suffering. People are walking on the street with empty stomach while our leaders are busy investing on frivolities and things that cause more pain and hunger. Wahala be like President Tinubu. Okay. Max, good evening. I've been thinking since I heard that statement that from Dangote, I have been laughing. FEC determining the price on his product. He says we are doomed. Mr. Dennis? Please, Dangote says he will sell to NNPC with his own price. Then NNPC will determine how much they will sell to Nigerians via FEC. Dandy, Mola. Is it not the same grammar we're speaking? It's the same grammar now. Oh, we not have English again. Max, what's on my mind again is the Eleme Junction to next section of East West Road. What is happening in that place? Where are those Ogoni youth shouting that they will block the road if government does not do something urgent? Umai and Tinubu is busy building Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road, but East West Road from Benin to Calabar is in a sorry state. Franklin, thank you. For those of you waiting for elder statesmen, please continue to wait. I pray the energy you have will be able to carry you to wait for the elder statesmen to speak or to be concerned that you are hungry. We have more time. Call in and tell me. Good evening.
Hi, Maxwell, good evening.
Yes, Muriel, go ahead.
Thank you, Maxwell. This is your Krika woman. Look, Maxwell, I really want to commend the governor, for the cars to the police, to the security as look. But Maxwell, I wonder who secures our waterways. That is a very huge concern to me. Here, I don't know if you heard in the news, in the sister radio stations, about the kind of sea pirates, their activities in the waterways. It is increasing by the day. Our fishermen cannot even go to work. Those that are doing maritime business, those that are hiring tugboats and barges, most of them are going out of business because they have to hire security. And they have to hire Navy, security to guard the barges and the boats. Even at that, when the sea pirates come at them, they have to flee. Some of them abandon their guns and jump into the sea because the weapons they are carrying, one or two of them, cannot even match the amount of sea pirates that attack those vessels. And then our fishermen cannot even go. Those that are even driving boats, from Marine Base to Okeka, from other Bonny, from Bonny water side to Bonny, they can't. When the sea pirates come, they jump into the sea. So they order everybody to jump into the sea. That is, they don't want to kidnap. Most of the time they kidnap, and most of the time they order them to jump into the sea, and they take their engines, and they look. So many things are happening in the waterways. It is troubling me, Maxwell. Recently, we heard in the news, was it last week or early this week, that federal government sent security officials, army, police, heavy amounts of them to go to this world to protect farmers. I ask again, Maxwell, who protects our fishermen? Who protects them from sea pirates? Because they have abandoned this thing. They don't know that. They don't know how serious this thing is becoming. These people are increasing by the day. Please, I want to plead with our governor. Now that he has provided security, he's improving security on the land, he should try as much as he can to improve it on the waterways. Provide gunboats. fishermen to buy fish down is a problem. Most of the fishermen are
Thank you, ma'am.
Some of them have been killed. Please, Maxwell, this is a huge concern in the Niger Delta. Thank you, Maxwell.
Thank you, Mira. All right, Simply Goodness says, too much talk, no day for evening service. What's on my mind now is Japa. I wish you well, my brother. Anybody who have opportunity to Japa, please do. Okay? Please, Japa, or even if it's Cyprus, go and flex your life. Even if it's Cotonou, please go and flex your life. Yeah?
Michael, what is on my mind? I'm a civil servant. Work is resuming on Monday. Formerly, I was paid 1,200 to and fro every day from Rumubia Kani to Rumibo, where I work as a teacher. Now, it's going to be massively crazy. I wish and I'm praying for that the governor of Rivers State, His Excellency Similaye Joseph Obara, should look into the welfare of civil servants and do the things he has promised. In fact, the first thing he said was he would do things for civil servants. Max, thank you.
We too, we pay transport from our house to work. We are also urging the governor of Rivers State, His Excellency, Sir Similaye Fubara, to look into the affairs, to care about broadcast journalists. We too, we are human beings. We also buy rice from the same market. That is what is on my mind. All right, let me take this one. Franklin, I've seen your headline. Franklin, don't kill yourself. Do we still have time? Yes, we can take one or two. Good evening.
Hello, Mr. Master.
Yes, Regina, go ahead.
This is last I will give you.
Joy for myself. I cannot kill myself.
Mr. Master.
Sir?
Let me talk on the governor buying 100 cars or thereabouts. Even if Governor Cobra, even if you like, let him buy 1 million cars for the police. It will not change anything. It will not change anything. 1999, previous administration had been buying cars. Has it changed anything? What he should do, let him contact this man. This is a guest that normally speak on the issue of security. Let him contact a security expert like that. That's their guest. The issue of security is not a science class. There are things, critical things that he's supposed to do, devices that he's supposed to do, that he's supposed to install in River State. The issue of security will take care of itself. So it's not a way of let's continue to celebrate the governor buying 100 cars. No, for me, it will not change anything. And secondly, Mr. Maxwell, Dangote, issue of Dangote flooding Nigeria within 48 hours of fear. And when I heard that story, I said, this is the reason why all of a sudden, liter of fuel now get to 1,005, 1,003.
government but within that process, federal government will say fuel was 1,500, and because of
Thank you, Reginald. We have to go now.
Does it make sense?
Thank you, sir. We'll go for a short break. We'll come back for area talk. Still with us.
Today's news in 60.
As part of efforts to improve funding for the health sector, healthcare providers are advocating for the establishment of a national health bank to improve access to modern medical equipment. In recognition of International Overdose Awareness Day, Youth Rise Nigeria has urged policymakers, community leaders, healthcare professionals, and civil society organizations to unite in taking decisive, coordinated action against the growing drug overdose crisis, especially among young people. Citing worsening poverty and food insecurity in the country, nutrition experts have said Nigeria will not be able to achieve the 2016 National Policy on Food and Nutrition target of reducing malnutrition by 30% in 2025, especially among children under 5. The federal government has predicted heavy rains in 22 states and the Federal Capital Territory. On the foreign scene, the United Nations has said that the first full day of the campaign to vaccinate 640,000 children against polio in Gaza has been successful.
Today's news in 60. What's a successful business without sales? And what is sales without an audience? Well, do you know that you can reach 8 million listeners across 6 states in 2 geopolitical zones all at once? How? With Today95.1 FM, you can get millions of people to know about your business. And what does that mean to you? More sales. Call 081-389-2850 now for more information. Bunkering is a legal act of smuggling crude oil from pipelines and storage facilities, which poses significant dangers to Nigerian society. This activity has different consequences that affect various aspects of the nation's well-being, and it has consequences such as untimely death, environmental devastation. It fuels insecurity. It also damages our infrastructure, and it also damages our international prestige. You might say, how do we make a living if we stop this illegal activity? Well, as a young individual, you can channel your energy into positive endeavors that can help you generate income and create an adequate future for yourself. These are some ideas to help you generate income. You can go into starting a business. You can also acquire digital skills or gain agricultural knowledge or engage in farming. You can also acquire art and creativity. You talk about technology and innovation. Then, skills and vocational training. Please note that success often requires dedication, consistency, and continuous learning. This message is brought to you by your premium talk radio, Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. It's been an exciting week. It's been an awesome week. And just in case you missed out on our big stories this week, we've got you covered. Rewind comes up every Saturday, 6:30 a.m. And here you get your total rundown of all the big stories and trends for the week in River State. And this is brought to you by your premium talk radio, Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. Rewind, 6:30 a.m. every Saturday. Don't miss it. been in a situation where you had to pay a fine for an indictment? Then you later found out that there was an already established law to protect you from that penalty. Have you ever been denied a position because of your gender or disability? Have you ever been discriminated, treated unfairly, assaulted or cheated by your landlord, employer, tax collectors, bank, family, business partners, and the police? What if the breach between you and justice is just the right knowledge? I'm sure you've heard that knowledge is power. Join us every Saturday, 10 to 10:30 a.m. on Today95.1 FM for the program The Law Today, to get acquainted with your legal rights and beneficial interests as a citizen of Nigeria. The Law Today, 10 to 10:30 a.m. every Saturday, is brought to you by Today95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
95.1 FM, voice of the people.
And we're back.
All right, welcome back. Let's now get down to the main matter. Should I water the ground? No. Let's just get straight to the main matter. And we're looking at combating insecurity. I'm trying to reach out to our security expert who would give us, maybe before the end of the show, would reach out to him. The network is pretty bad, but we'll try as much as we can. So, the governor has bought vehicles for the police. The police are saddled with the responsibility of ensuring we have a safe environment. The police, they are doing a very great job. Sometimes I feel so bad for the way they are being treated. Are you surprised? Yes, I feel bad for the police. Putting your life in the line, or on the line, sorry, is the biggest sacrifice anyone can make. Our security agencies are doing a very great job. The politicians most times have not allowed them to do their jobs. They are willing to do their jobs, but the politicians have not allowed them to do their job most times. Who are the people who, who usually slot in names? Just like a few weeks or a few months ago, the Police Service Commission, they were having a showdown with the IGP. This one was accusing this one that this, they slotted in names that didn't even go through the training. That's where the corruption starts from. When they put in their boys. So at the end of the day, you see police officers who stand on the road, collect money in broad daylight, and are not ashamed. You also see the ones who would take people to ATMs and POS to withdraw money, their hard-earned money. Innocent people, those are the bad eggs. And we have been clamoring that those ones should be fished out. However, I am one person that have been advocating that the police needs to be taken care of. You can't give a gun to a man who is not psychologically stable. How do I mean? A man who is thinking about how to feed his family, a man who is thinking about how to pay his house rent, a man who is thinking about how to take care of the medicals of his children, and then you give him a gun. You haven't taken care of those things, you give him a gun to go and secure people. You are looking for trouble. So that's the foundation of the problem we're having. That's the foundation of the problem we're having within the security establishment. A policeman will be sewing his own uniform. That is, a man who is working for an establishment will be sewing his own uniform. And budgets are made yearly. True? Where does the money go to? Why is it that the budgetary allocation does not trickle down Why is it that the average police officer, not the big men now, not the commissioners, the DCPs, the zonal commanders, not those ones, not the tactical commanders, the average police officer, why is it that government cannot build, a small house for them so that their families can stay free of charge? Send their children to free school, give them medicals, and then equip their wives. In that way, the man who has been sent to secure Nigerians will be psychologically balanced. You train him, you retrain him, you train him, you retrain him from time to time. He knows that government has got his back. He knows that government is taking care of his primary responsibility. So he now knows that he is not permitted to collect money from taxi driver. I am not saying that because they are not paying them or doing them well, they should now collect money. That's an aberration. In fact, what they are doing is a crime. But I'm just saying that government should do the needful. The politicians are the ones chopping the nation's money, enjoying the nation's money, flexing the nation's resources, whereas those who are supposed to be enjoying are not enjoying. Go to check the profile of police officers within the African sub-region. Let's not go to Europe, so you won't say, oh, Europe, as if we are going is heaven. Check the average earning of some African countries, the police officers in some African countries. Then if you now go to Europe, that's like heaven. See how they are well kitted? I'm not saying they don't have bad eggs there, but they have minimized it. Ours is just obvious. How do you say a police officer stand on the road to collect money? Come on. The man you're collecting the money from is also trying to hustle, and pay his children's school fee and feed his family. So why collect money from him? So on that part too, the police, they are not doing well. But on this other part, the government is not doing well in the way they treat police officers. They have told them now to go and barricade all the local government. They will be there hungry. Who gives them food? Nobody cares. True? These are the issues. So we must treat it from the root, from the stems, everywhere. It's not a one-way thing. The problem is from the root. You police officers would go on a raid, arrest people, and then they'll start getting calls from above. How do you now expect them to combat crime? They have arrested the people, then they are now getting calls from above. And then the general public will be blaming the police for not doing their jobs, not knowing that most times the police are under pressure to do the bidding of their paymasters. And of course, they must obey their oga. Once the commissioner says, this is this, or tactical commander or area commander says, this is this, based on the calls they too have received from, like that man, the interview that said, my oga at the top. There's always an oga at the top. My oga at the top. He said, my oga at the top. That NSCDC man. You guys know that story now. My oga at the top is one who knows the website of So you ask yourself, why is the average police officer treated the way they are treated by their employers? We are their employers, okay? But there are those who are representing us who are supposed to ensure that their welfare is taken care of, so that when they misbehave, you treat it appropriately. That does not mean that because you are not taking care of them, you should not also treat their misbehavior. But the police officer deserves better. A better living standard. I hope they are clapping for me now because I'm advocating for them. They deserve a better living condition. What is wrong if you build a house for the police officer? I mean, the corporal, the average police officer, let their children attend schools for free, quality schools. Let them get medicals. Their wife, get antenatal for free. They too, police officers, things for free, they will perform better. They will do better jobs. True? And then when you are recruiting, even if you want to do mago, the mago should be reduced. All right, so we've been able to reach out to Mr. Smith Thibia, our security expert. Thank you, Mr. Smith. Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Markman.
Sir?
Thank you for also having me.
Yes. Now, Mr. Governor has bought 100 vehicles for the police. You know, earlier on, I was just narrating, how the police is not being taken care of adequately, and why government needs to do the needful to ensure that the police officer, the average police officer, is well taken care of, so that they can have a balanced psychology to handle the gun properly against criminals and not against innocent civilians. But you have always talked about curbing insecurity from the root. Hello, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
The network is just... Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, me. From here, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, we'll just keep on trying. That's what, it is in Nigeria. You just keep on trying and trying. You just keep on trying and trying. I don't even know which one is working. Is it PhD? They work. Network. INEC. Road. Okay. Let's see. Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Yes. So I was saying that you have always talked about curbing insecurity from the root, which is ensuring that poverty is reduced to, the barest minimum, and naturally insecurity will reduce. But now that the governor has bought vehicles for the police, 100 vehicles. Of course, you are aware that the governors have access to security votes. They have access to so much money. So it's easier to buy those vehicles for them. But in as much as a lot of people will applaud the governor for doing the needful, will this curb insecurity? Will it enhance the morale of the police? You also know that if you go to most police stations, you see abandoned vehicles there, both their own, that they are yet to fix, and the ones they have seized from civilians. Will it be proper to...
Yes, Mr. Maxwell, if you can hear me.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. Just go ahead.
Can you?
Yes, go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead. Yes, Mr. Smith, go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, fine. If you're listening, if you're hearing me better, I'm saying that congratulations anyway for what the governor has done, buying 100 vehicles for the police to curb insecurity, according to him, to respond to response calls and all that. No problem about that. But for me, I would have preferred curbing crime has a lot to do. It is not all about buying too much of hardware. This governor is one that I think I support a lot. And I also think that before he will do some things, he should also do some research. What happened to the ones our former governor Wike bought for the Operation Sting and all that? Now, when you buy uh, cars for the police, you have in turn created some level of more challenge to them to an extent internally, because who will maintain these vehicles? Do you have a platform that you maintain this vehicle as a governor or as a government? Who fuels this vehicle? If they complain that they don't have enough vehicle to do their job, good, that's okay. If you're getting them this kind of thing, you should by tomorrow morning they put it on the road, and 100 vehicle every day in Nigeria, I mean a police Universal Police Command is another challenge to the command to fuel, to maintain, to take care of that. That's another challenge. But what I'm trying to say is not just buying this vehicle. Mr. Maxwell, I do not know the day we can get to the extent or the stage where our police will even sit in their house and use their laptop or use their phone to monitor crime scene in Rivers State. Mr. Maxwell, we can have points installed in different locations of this state, and our policemen do not even need to come out and be running on the road. You just see few policemen on the road for patrol, but you see much number of them seated in the command and control unit to watch and monitor exactly what is happening in the state. Mr. Maxwell, what the governor did, I don't have problem about that. But now, in that vehicle he gave to the police, what are the security devices installed in that vehicle as regards crime management? Where is the command and control line? That now, if, as I'm talking to you now, imagine that I'm being attacked, or probably I see a crime scene, which number would is up to 11 digits. It is not too good for security. Security numbers should not be more than 3 digits that we can easily call. So if the governor will do that, he would have first bring up a command and control line, bring out a control unit. Now, when you designate this control unit, you now say in Rumola, this is Rumola unit, and you install some surveillance systems, and you create a unit in Rumola. You just have about 4 policemen seated in that control unit, monitor the whole of Rumola, the whole of Rumigbo, the whole of Rumokuta, connected to Obiwali Road, and probably up to Rumokoro Dam. And I tell you that they can sit in that control room in Rumola and monitor this place without even leaving their offices. Mr. Maxwell, if you go to Saudi Arabia, they have scanner installed on the road. If you have some volume or level of alcohol in your body, once you pass that scanner, you will not even know, unknowingly to you, that there is a scanner there. Once you pass that scanner, Mr. Maxwell, it will detect for the people in the control room that you have a high level of alcohol intake in your body. Before you will go up to 10, 15 meters off from that scanner, they have alliance with private security men, the sheriff. They will just meet you and say, hello, excuse me, you know how you just finish alcohol drink here, you are on this level of drugs, please follow me. You won't even know how this was dictated. You don't even know the areas the scanners were installed. So I think that we should get to the level in Rivers State where we can have a police officer sit in their home, work remotely. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They work remotely. They don't need to come out and be running around. They sit in their office, in their office or in their house. If a policeman is attached to 5 surveillance systems and is connected to his laptop in his house, he sits in his house and watch those 5 surveillance systems. And if there is any crime issue around that area, he has to come to you. The youths are jobless. There is no employment. So bringing more of that particular vehicle to police and that amount of money involved in that kind of project would have at the same time created a factory. And when we have factories, the youth will be employed, the crime rate will reduce, and police will have space. But when we don't have factories where people are to be engaged and be productive, I can tell you that you can buy 1,000 vehicles to the security agencies, yet crime will still be of increase. So I think that the solution is not just to buy hardware. I have always advocated this. We have countries where their prisons have been converted to warehouses. So that volume of money would have been used to reactivate or probably to bring up a particular factory. The way we urgently get this vehicle, we cannot gently reactivate or bring a factory. I tell you, the Songhai farm and the other one he visited, I think last year, if the speed that we use to do this vehicle is used in those places, cassava factory.
Hello, Mr. Smith. Well, let's digest a few he has said. Network has been very terrible, but, the security expert, Mr. Smith, is actually saying that the speed with which they use in buying these vehicles, they can also use that same speed in fixing the Songhai farm, build few factories so that youth can be employed. He has always advocated that when you talk about curbing insecurity, you must look at the root, and that's joblessness. So, like he also said, who will maintain these vehicles? The Nigerian police, I stand to be corrected, is not too good when it comes to maintenance of vehicles. Am I lying? Take a look at the average vehicle the police uses. Take a look at them. Some of them you see benches inside at the back. So who is going to maintain these vehicles? They have also been complaining that there's no fuel. Call what's that number now? And then they will tell you there's no fuel in the vehicle. So who is going to fuel the vehicle? Is the governor fighting insecurity the right way? Or this is just politics? Like he made mention, let me play the insert. Listen to the governor.
We have seen those people that are partisan, how they ended. And I'm saying it here. Every one of you here, as an officer that is being partisan, you will see how you will end. I'm saying it here. Work in such a way that when your name are mentioned in this state, or your children come to this state, you won't be scared. It's important. Talking about what is happening, nothing lasts forever. As a professional that you are, your duty is to protect life and property of the state. Not to protect any state. The politics will come and it will go. The enmity you're creating for those of you that are partisans will live with you forever. So I want to advise you. For me, I've said it before, I'm saying it again. I will never ask any of you to do what is wrong.
That's what the governor said. Does that have anything to do with fighting insecurity? Also look at the body language of the police so far. The governor talked about, being partisan when it comes to issues. Buying vehicles for the police, will it help them do their job properly? Who is going to fuel those vehicles? Who will maintain them? Will that curb insecurity? We have seen the former governor also bought gunboats, bought this one, bought that one. Insecurity is still on the rise. People are still jobless. Is the government fighting insecurity the right way? Are they listening to people like Mr. Smith, who are security experts? Are they listening to voice of reasoning? The countries where insecurity have been reduced to the barest minimum, check. The unemployment rate is so low that even those few who are unemployed get meal tickets to ensure that they have food to eat and they have access to basic amenities. So you see those countries, their police, they don't really do much work. They just do patrol, checking and all that. They don't do all this bombardment everywhere, bombarding these people, bombarding those bad boys that we don't know who buy guns for them. So why is it that the government is not listening to simple reason? Why is it that in Nigeria we tend to do things the other way? Previous governors, Dr. Peter Odili, when he was governor, he also bought vehicles for the police. Those vehicles now, you can't trace any of them. Former Governor Rotimi Amechi, the same thing. Former Governor Wike, same thing. Now Governor Fubara, same thing. Yet, insecurity is still on the rise. Go to the street. Every dark corner now, you see small boys hanging everywhere, doing nothing, looking for whose phone to snatch, looking for what to steal, looking for one thing or the other. Just look at one small politician now will enter this state now for Thanksgiving. And then he starts giving speech. You see the number of youth that will gather. These are people that are supposed to be at the UNE working at one factory or the other. Even if it's to carry the produced goods from the warehouse into the, into the truck. And the person earns as he works. Maybe if the person is carrying, for each carton that you're able to convey from the warehouse down into, you are getting, let's say, 200 naira. You can imagine how many someone will want to carry in a day. And once it's done for the day, he gets his money, he gets his pay, he goes back home. If he carries 100 carton in a day, multiply it, 200 times 100. If he also has the strength to carry 1,000 cartons, you can imagine how much he's earning. So when he gets home, he's tired. Which youth would want to commit crime? Are we fighting crime the right way? Is the governor on the right track? 0810-9510-951. And then Mr. Smith also talked about control rooms. You talk about scanners. Do we have, I think it was during the Amechi's period that we had that at the border end, at the border point. Why can't we be smart in fighting insecurity rather than this zobu ayin by ayin kind of pattern? Yes, good evening.
Hello, Mr. Maxwell.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Reginald, I call back. I think you actually brought this man at the right time now. At the right time. Despite the fact that network is not giving him the opportunity to speak, but I've heard everything he says. I think I don't know. Mr. Maxwell, I don't know if because I know that today normally has a reporter attached to government house. Is it not possible that all these things that we are speaking, that I don't know if you are a reporter, I can't be able to relate all these things to the media in the government house? Because the suggestion that this man is making, I think governor has to queue behind it now. These people travel abroad, they come back, and they're not seeing the way security is being done in all those countries that they travel. And they look at it that buying a gunboat, buying vehicles is the only way to fight insecurity. I think the governor has to look beyond buying of cash and then gunboat. Do the necessary things. Do the necessary things that will stop insecurity. Thank you, Mr. Maxwell.
Thank you. Good evening. All right, send in messages. You can do a voice note also. Join the conversation. 0810-9510951. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Maxwell.
Go ahead, sir.
Austin calling from Sakot. Maxwell, I want to ask a question. Government, they used to listen to your radio station because the last time that I checked, if I speak any hate speech now, government, they will in fact, they will look for me and catch me. They get me arrested. So this thing that you always say every evening, Maxwell, God will bless you. Continue. I know God will deliver us for this kind. This vehicle, I don't see anything inside it. Let them cure hunger. The hunger be the problem when we get for this country. The suffering is too much. Not to buy vehicles to police and other things. The hunger is too much. Some people never see anything to eat. They don't get hope. Some people don't get hope to eat for this night. They are buying vehicle. In fact, Maxwell, God will bless you, I beg. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good evening. Yes, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. We can hear you.
Good evening, sir.
So sorry, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, Maxwell.
Go ahead, sir.
I'm talking on the headline, Governor buying vehicles to the police. My name is Felix. I'm calling from Ramadan.
Go ahead.
I think at this point, that is not the solution. Amechi bought vehicles. Weekend work. Where are they? In fact, the timeline the police uses this vehicle, not even up to 3-4 months, you can't recognize those vehicles anymore because they don't maintain, they don't swear. Sometimes you see this new vehicle now, within 3 months, you see them parking on the way, they will just dump it, even on patrol. So I think the best thing is for the governor to invest in the life of Rivers people. I think that should be the best solution. Somebody the security expert just mentioned Songhai Farm. Since the governor visited the Songhai Farm to date, we have no news from the Songhai Farm. Maybe what triggered the unrest between the former governor and the current governor. And since then, that Songhai Farm has been abandoned. How many thousands of Rivers people that worked there? If revamped, it will create employment. A lot of areas the governor needs to invest. I think that will not even remove the police from the 23 local government policing them. I think what he needs to do now is to make sure he invests and bring something that will employ the people, employ the youth. And if he's looking for any opportunity in 2027, we will be there to give him if poverty is alleviated.
Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, this one says, good evening, Max. Policing in Nigeria is a scam system. How do you explain the situation where a retired police officer is placed on a pension of 1/3 of his last salary, Why and how wouldn't these men be money-centered while in active service? We should just privatize the police and rest in buck. Max, good evening and God bless you for this topic. You know, when this IGP was nominated, he said he was bitter, wanted to devour. The reverse now is the case. Sanusi Lamido lambasted the National Assembly of chopulating 40% of the national budget, and they ganged up against him. The problem of police and policing in Nigeria is from the hierarchy of the police. Max, do you know that it takes much time for a retired police to get his gratuity? The hierarchy should change. Mr. Dennis, the civil servants, do they get their gratuity immediately? Is it not the same Nigerian system? Imaman says the governor is not fighting insecurity in the right way. Look at the rate of unemployment. You cannot fight insecurity without employment. This one says, Max, thanks ₦1 million question. Who fuels and maintains these vehicles? In view of the way we've seen their vehicles in great dilapidation prior, anyways, the tolls on the road would have resolved this. Kanu, thank you. Max, good day. God will surely bless Rotimi Amechi. That's a man that brought development to this state. Governor Sim should invite Amechi to teach him governance. Max, is it not the same policemen that blocked all the council headquarters that the governor is buying vehicles for? Max, what stops the governor from reviving most factories in River State? Max, the crime is growing high in the state. Ifeanyi Chukwumodu, thank you. Good day, Max. Fubara is just as analog as previous governors, except Amechi, just doing the same thing, repeating same cycle. No quality or scientific innovation in terms of governance. The governor is even worse. Up till now, no industrial revitalization, no employment opportunities for people, just politics, politics, politics. Frankie, thank you. Max, just like former President Jonathan has openly said that until politicians remove their hands from the activities of NDDC, that NDDC will not succeed. Same thing. If politicians don't hands off police and general security affairs, Nigeria will not move anywhere. Because of politicians in higher places, police cannot focus, no welfare for them, no good residential place, no good reward system for them, no compensation plans in case of their demise, etc. Because of interference by the politicians. Bandits and kidnappers are succeeding with their trade. Enough of all this. The right thing should be done. Mr. John, thank you. Good evening.
Hi, Maxwell, good evening.
Yes, Miriam, go ahead.
Thank you, Maxwell. Maxwell, I listened keenly to your guest, and there were two things that he said that interested me. He talked about where is the vehicles, you know, they were provided by the former governor, Wike, and not the same. Even Amechi did. So where are those vehicles? It's just that our police, they don't have maintenance culture. They just believe that, look, Maxwell, when you have your personal car, even 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you see that the car is still looking okay. But give our police operatives, give them a car, just 1 year, few months, you will see how bastardized, how they will just, the way they might handle this. I don't know if they just intentionally take hammer and hit on the car. Because how? I don't even understand. Do they intentionally jam the wall to destroy the cars? It's almost unbelievable. Do they not give them money for maintenance? Do they not have money to maintain these cars? Or should it be the government that provides these cars that should maintain it? Federal government provide these things for this thing. So the state can just do this. I know they want security votes. So when the state adds, it's just our security officials. What do they do with these cars? It is so unbelievable. When you see their cars, it's as if it has stayed for 50 years. 10 years, 20 years. It's almost unbelievable. So they should stop this, please. And the government should ensure that this ones he has provided should not go the same way as others went. It is so wrong. And he also tackled. He also talked about tackling the root cause of it, this insecurity, this is unemployment. Look, Maxwell, I think to a large extent I will applaud Governor Sim. You know, government, state or federal government cannot just provide jobs. What they do is to attract investors, create an enabling environment. The governor has organized an investor summit. He has gone ahead to reduce double taxation. There are so many things he's doing.
No, Muriel, let's get the record straight. Governor has not reduced double taxation.
Hello?
Yes, the governor has not reduced double taxation.
Yeah, Maxwell, I can't hear you.
Okay. Now listen to me. The governor has not reduced double taxation for small businesses around. He has not in any way reduced it. So don't say the governor has. Don't just start reeling out, say the governor has done it on paper. No, we are talking about practical. Investment summit, fantastic. Where are the investments? We need to put things in perspective. Yes, good evening.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Good evening. Yeah, I just want to remain anonymous. You see, this topic is a very interesting topic, and the problem we are having in this country as a whole is from the leadership. So for me, I don't look them as leadership, I look them as ruler. Because when a problem is persistent in the country, in the state, and nobody is to it, it's a very big challenging one. Now you are buying vehicles for security men, for the police. I'm telling you, they don't have owning mentality. If somebody should have an owner...
But is there anything wrong for the governor to buy vehicles for them? Remember, the police will say, oh, the reason why they are not doing their job properly is because there's no vehicles. So what is the bad thing in buying vehicles for them? Hasn't the governor tried?
The one they are buying before, what did they do with it? Nothing. Okay, let me just address it too. If you go to Lagos State, for example, you will see industries in Lagos State. Different industries where people against doing something. Even at primary 6, you can get a job in Lagos State. You can get an industrial job in Lagos State. But coming to other states now, they don't look at what other states are going with. But rather, they look at what they are piling up to fight for tomorrow's elections. So they are just there to stockpile money.
But you won't compare Lagos and other states. Lagos was former capital, so you won't compare it to other states.
So the youth are suffering it, and they lack to see that they are suffering it. Instead of just to withdraw back and say no, they are still going after for the politicians, using them, adopting them. It's hard time we have to come to.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
No.
Thank you, sir.
So that's just it.
Thank you. Michael says, good evening. Governor buying vehicles for police instead of using the money to sponsor youth who are ready to move into agriculture. It baffles me the speed the government at all levels approve nonsensical programs and projects that they will steal from. But the one that will better the people will be slowly done, or most of the times halted. Michael, thank you. But if the governor doesn't buy vehicles for police, the police will say the reason why we're having security in Rivers is because they don't have vehicles to patrol. But the security experts stated, yes, it's not bad for you to have vehicles, but why invest so much in hardware when you can use technology? Just like the case he mentioned. You drive past a place, and if you have too much alcohol in your system, they just do their calculation, and a police officer will waylay you somewhere, and then they will arrest you. All this chasing. Police now uses minibus. Are you aware? They use minibus and keke. Yes, our Nigerian police. They use minibus that was meant for transportation. That's what police is using. So sometimes you don't know which ones are criminals or which one is the police. Because criminals also use minibuses to rob people. Max, we used to have CCTVs in River State that the police monitored from their headquarters. Yes, they all died during the last administration. You're talking about the Rotimi Amechi's administration. SIM should revive it now. Max, you're asking how will they fuel the vehicles? Of course, they'll stand on the road to collect from us now. Max, tell Governor SIM to wake up. What stops the syringe company from coming up? Yeah, Ifeanyi Chukwumodu, that one is just close by. Max, have you recently seen the vehicles that Wike gave to the state tax force? Have you recently seen the vehicles that Wike gave to the police? Have you recently seen the vehicles Dangote gave to the police? Max, if you give your child something and he mismanages it, I don't know if you will give him again. If they like, let Bill Clinton be the IGP in Nigeria. Police now police for Nigeria without recklessness. Mr. John, thank you. Good evening. Keep the calls coming in. We still have some few minutes to spend on this particular subject matter. Maxwell, Chai, placing the policeman on 1/4 of their salary on retirement is a gross injustice. But the same policemen will arrest protesters who agitate for their wellness. Now, wow. Sir Aya from Rundeli. Well, you must also know that the police, they receive, what do you call it, orders. Maybe if you search inside the heart of the average policeman, he doesn't even like the way, things are done. That's why I talk on this side and on this side. The police should be well taken care of. You can't give a gun to a man who is not psychologically balanced. Take a look at a doctor who is handling someone's life, and then you don't pay him well. He has to protest before he gets his pay or his increment. And then he wants to write 700 mg. And he mistakenly put 7,000 mg. You are gone. You are gone. Or he's supposed to write 50 mg. That's milligram. And then he now writes 500 milligram. The person is gone. The drug will react. Because the man is not emotionally stable. That's the same thing with the man you give a gun. He stands on the road. If you don't give me 100, and he say, I will shoot you now. I'll shoot you now. He's angry. He's not balanced. He sews his uniform. He buys his shoes. Monies are budgeted from the organs at the top. You don't see the money. They give them order. Go and barricade local government. Go and do this. What do you expect them to do? However, they should also stop collecting money from my taxi drivers that are also my friends. They should stop. Because the taxi driver is also suffering the same thing you're suffering. Good evening. Yes, good evening.
Master. Hello.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yes, Obed Chima is my name.
Go ahead,
and
sir.
I'm calling for Port. Master, you have spoken extensively. I tell you, a well-thought plan. I think I am not against the fact that governor purchased vehicle for the police. I am not against it, and it's a good thing. But I think you have to actually go beyond that. You understand? Just like life insurance, so, like we have in other Western world. Police have life insurance. If anything happens to them, their family is well taken care of, and all that. You understand? It's a very good thing. But I must say, Maxwell, most of the things you have said concern police, Maxwell, sometimes I had double thought because for me, I feel like they don't even deserve it. I tell you. But for the sake of national security, you understand? There's nothing I can do about it. But the police indeed has proven to be a stooge to the politicians who is not even, caring for their welfare how they should. You understand? The police hierarchy, they send these men and they obey every command. Look, Master, for me, there are some commands they don't obey. I tell you, I don't mind leaving the job. You understand? They give you every command that they want, but from the thing that at least that should go to as a benefit, they try to withhold it. But they are always giving command. You understand? So these are the things that is making sometimes, these police people, when you see them on the road, see how tata they are looking and all that. So you begin to question yourself, is this police, do they truly wear catering for? Are they taking care of them as they should? You understand? So the governor has done his bit, but I believe that the money that goes to the police from the federal to go to them directly, you understand? Not the police hierarchy, withholding some of their stipends and all that. Let this money go to them. Give them life insurance. I tell you, people will be happy to even join the police.
Thank you, sir.
This now, Maxwell. Well, I don't know.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, when you talk about stipends, being given to the police, I have a problem. And for every politician who is listening, for every Oga who is listening, I might be a small boy, but some of the wisdom I share, if you put it into practice, it will work. I have a problem with the way governors, when they want to give money to, a group. I'll give you an instance. If the governor, for instance, wants to appreciate the police in Rivers State, why do you give the money to the commissioner? Why? Why would you give the money to the commissioner of police or the assistant commissioners or the area commanders? How do you think in a country like Nigeria, the money will get to the average police officer? It will not get there. Don't you have the account numbers? The banks can furnish you, can furnish the government with the account numbers of the average police officers. The one that belong to the commissioner, give them their own. But the average police, if you want to appreciate them, say you want to appreciate them so that, you can boost, because let's not deceive ourselves. For every employer out there, money is a morale booster. We deceive ourselves a lot in Nigeria. The reason why the politicians' morale is high is because there's so much money in that office. If my Oga that I'm working with gives me money now, morale will be high. I don't need to go and smoke. Money, I did a management course. Money is a morale booster. But the governor, if he wants to appreciate the police now, will now give the money through the hierarchy. It will not get downstairs. It will remain upstairs. That's the problem. So if you want to appreciate the police or you want to appreciate any group, get their details from the bank. This is an organized system. Every police officer, they don't pay them money by hand, their salary. No, federal government don't pay them by hand. They pay them through their banks. So you can get their detail from the banks. We have what do you call it now? What's that number that we did that time? You get it from CBN straight, and then you credit the account. The police officers will receive it. The commissioners and the Ogas should also receive theirs. Everybody will smile. But they'll come now, Oga will carry money, give to the main Oga, knowing that we live in a very corrupt society, and greed permeates across board. Then they will chopulate the money. Later, you now expect the down below people to now perform. Perform what? They work like that, Oga. Matthew says, good evening. Governor Fubara donates 100 cars to Nigeria Police to fight crime. The opposite side. Which one is the opposite side? He said the police will use the cars and be going to checkpoints and be collecting money from Nigerian citizens. Okay. Maxwell, policemen in Rivers are using keke bus and tricycle. Have you seen the way police architecture were packaged in Lagos? We need to move to digital in policing. Amechi's government remain the best in security. It is so ridiculous when some people are busy praising our governor. For me, I never see any plans for this state except political language business. Joe, thank you. I think we're out of time. But I've just given a tip. If you want to give money to a group, for instance, now you want to give money to core members, you now give it to NYSC to distribute. Or just call just go through the CBN, the commercial banks. Say batch this. Furnish me with their account numbers. And then the people around you will do the calculation. How much will it take? How much you want to dash them? They just press one button. Everybody will get their distance. But this one, they will carry it and give to one human being that would, package everything and then carry it home. Just like the way I'm seeing on TV now, they are sharing rice. On national TV, they are sharing rice. Shame to leaders of this country. They're sharing rice on national TV. Are they sharing rice in other countries? Well, that's much we can take. We just hope for a better society. That's what we're praying for. When there's a better society, when jobs are created, just like our security experts have said, That's the best way to fight insecurity. Oh. Governor Sim Fubara should create jobs. When you say somebody said attract investors, how do you attract investors? How did Amechi do it? These things are simple now. It's ABC. It's just the will. It's the will. When you have the will to do something, there's a way around it. You will do it. When you like woman, you need to pass under rain, go find the woman. When you like woman, you need to pass under rain. Even you, woman, if you love a man, even rain is beating you, you're going to his house, but rain they beat you. You find a way. You find a way to his house. True? Because of what? Love. I beg, Mona, leave this thing. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
.1 FM, voice of the people.
And we're back.
Maybe home is somebody's smile when they look at you for the first time. Maybe home is being a home to something you love and adore with all your heart. And that is what life, friendship, and love are all about. Maybe home is listening to all of your favorite shows on Today95.1 FM. We create memories. We inspire comfort. We are the voice of the people, and we are home away from home.
.1 FM, voice of the people.
And we're back.
Yes, we're back indeed to Eyewitness Report. There's what they call giggle in and giggle out. Whatever you put in is what you get. You sleep with a woman, you inject spermatozoa into her, and she's ovulating. There'll be fertilization. A spark. A baby will come out, or babies will come out. There are no two ways about it. You plant yam, you harvest yam. You plant cassava, you harvest cassava. You plant corn, you harvest corn. In physics, there's what they call force. The SI unit of force is Newton. Force, which is F, is equal to MA. Mass times acceleration. Don't bother about the terms. I'm just trying to explain something to you. If mass is, let's assume, 25 kilogram, and acceleration is, let's say, 35 meter per second square. If you multiply 25 by 35, it will give you 875. So force will be equal to what? 875 Newton, because that's the SI unit of force. Whatever you put in is what you get. We are experiencing what we are experiencing today because we have not put in so much in infrastructure and human capacity development in terms of governance. I challenge party loyalists who usually say their orgas have done well. I challenge them now to come and tell me how they have done well. Because the calls I'm about to take now is a reflection of whether we've had good governance or bad governance in the past. Just like you sleep with a woman, in 9 months you get a baby or babies. True? Am I correct? There's no woman that will just come like this and say she's pregnant and she didn't sleep with a man. You are not married. It only happened once. I don't think any other one will happen. That was, God's divine arrangement. He knew how he did that. For those who believe in the holy books, it's not possible that you didn't sleep with a woman, you didn't sleep with a man and you got pregnant. Auntie, we need to check you. So, whatever has been put in terms of governance is what we are seeing today. Bad internal roads, communities not hooked up to national grid, no pipe-borne water in communities, name it, all manner of, primary schools dilapidated, hospitals dilapidated. What do you call that? Have your Oga done well in the past? No, now let's be factual now. It's not hey, he has done this, he has done this, he has done this, he has done this. The calls now will reflect if he has done all that. 0810-9510-951. May I deal with fact, practical. It's not theory. It is what you put in, that's what you get. True? There are no two ways about it. If you do well, it will show. If you don't do well, just like for instance now, after 4 years, we will see if Governor Fubara has done well. It's not what you read on paper. When people come for interviews, I mean political bigwigs, they start speaking grammar. I don't believe in English. I don't believe it's not what they use drone to take pictures, take videos, and then show on television. It's a lie. It's in the lives of the people. Oh yeah, I'll take the calls now. You will now see if your guy has done well. Good evening.
Yeah, evening, man.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Chinedu calling from Omoma.
All right.
Yeah, my school will reopen on Monday. No, it's in one chalk. Talking of marker. And are we supposed to use our money to buy chalk at the market? No educational material. Nothing. Oh, but our governor is busy buying 100 vehicles for police. So, may God help us, man.
Amen. All right, keep the calls coming in and your messages. Do a voice note if you can reach us. Max, I don't really know what is happening in this our country called Nigeria. Our so-called politicians have all failed us. Still on the issue of development in my community, Akabuka. I am still calling on the relevant authorities to come and develop Akabuka community. Governor Sim Fubara, please come and do something in that community. We are waiting for you, and we are hopeful that you will do something. Brighton Williams, thank you. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Go ahead, sir.
Good evening. The only time I can tell you that governments are doing work, I don't really know why power holding. They don't like to live life in the night. But they will tell you, be vigilant. Now, darkness, now you go, you see armed robber when they come. Once there is night, like you see power holding, then you see the light. Or whether they get arrangement with the boys, they will tell them, so time, Mona take this light to, we won't come operation. It looks as if they are working with them allegedly. Because you know what tell me, say in the daytime, light go day small. In the night, when they are supposed to give us light, then we see face in face where they enter compound and know who will be. NEPA go collect life. In the morning, first something go lost. In the morning, it go bring life. Are you sure say NEPA, power holding, and I know they do arranging? Government, they do where they do well. Until they do the road where the mud road close to my street. For over 10 years, they never touch anything for that. Do you know, say, for Port Harcourt City, we get road since 19 Pondo, they never see quota. You go believe? All those things where they hear government is working, talking and do governor. If you never work the one where they close to me, I'm not going to tell you, say you they do work. You are not doing
Thank
anything.
you, Honorable.
So come and do that road. Then let me follow, say government they do well. I don't know whether they work all those things, whether in heaven or now, where are they? Come and fix that road, though.
Thank you. Good evening.
Hello, Oga. Good evening, sir.
Go ahead, sir.
This is Tango calling from Ebed and Emwa local government. Oga, school is resuming next week. State school 3, Ebeda. State school 2 and state school 4. They have been overgrown by grass. No teachers, no headmaster or head mistress. People are not going to school. So how do we cope on this? That means we are heading to terrorists and some other persons tomorrow. Our local government caretaker chairman, I don't know what he is doing. I don't know. Anybody? State school 2, state school 4, and state school 3, Ebeda, in Emoha, nothing to write home about, no school, nothing. Let them come and do something. No. This is the 5th time. I spoke with NUT chairman in River State. Up to date, nothing. I wept for our future leaders.
Thank you.
Mas, good evening. I'm still calling from Iboiche. My name is Marsha. In response of hawking permit in Iboiche, I need government to look into that. I don't know what is hawking permit. People that are suffering and be selling their thing, their head, people, miscreants will be stopping them. Also concerning Iboiche, there is no security in Iboiche. There is no police station in Iboiche, no security in Iboiche. Other thing here in Iboiche that I also need government attention is that how can the NEPA light has turned to internal generated revenue in Iboiche? Can NEPA light turn to internal generated revenue in Iboiche? So let government look into that. An issue of this hawking permit in Iboiche. It's really worrisome that a group of boys will be stopping others hawking something that they should pay work permit. If you fail to pay it, and they will seize your goods on your head. So let them look into it. Now that the governor is buying 100 vehicles for the police, let them come to Iboiche and build police station and also give Iboiche their own share of the vehicle so that they can be security in Iboiche. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, before I forget, there's probably one thing I've forgotten, that, the essence of governance is to ensure that we have protection of lives and property. There's one major thing that, I've discovered within this administration that I must commend the governor for. You want to hear it? We've not had any harassment of any kind. Either the powers that be harassing opposition politicians or harassing innocent citizens, no. Or harassing people who criticize them. I must commend the governor for that. And that's leadership. True? But for the primary schools, he should give attention to the primary schools.
My name is Fotoranki. This River State government, don't be say the guy need to try. He did try. But the past government, they worry him. The past governor, they worry him. Governor Wiki, they worry him. If Governor Wiki understand himself, he will know say he don't work, he don't try, and he don't come out. Make him live, make him work. Maybe waiting I go fit talk. For the fact say the governor, he won't work, but then they give him a chance.
Yes, good evening. All right, let's take this one. Max, I still plead with the government to consider opening some turning point along Eliozu Road. It is very insensitive to drive from Airforce to Eliozu Bridge without anywhere to do U-turn, and also to drive from the bridge to Rukwaku Junction without anywhere to do a U-turn. The stretch of that road needs up to 5 U-turns to be open. The government should help. Mr. John, I think one of the major things Governor Simfora should do is to put competent people in positions. Our parastatals are dead. When I mean parastatals, I mean because Governor Simfora will not be a governor and be a CTC chairman. If you have a good CTC chairman, he will take care of things within his locality. If you have MD of a certain parastatal that is saddled with the responsibility of taking care of some things, he knows his job, he'll do it. For instance, if you have the state road maintenance agency and you have someone who knows his job and the governor gives him a matching order, because, I think the governor needs to also be firm on some of his appointees to do the right thing, because I've given this instance over time when someone a lady has been in a relationship for the past 8 years and she has been denied freedom, she has not enjoyed the relationship, call it a toxic relationship, and then she decided to leave that relationship. Any other boyfriend that is coming again must prove beyond reasonable doubt that there are still good men. That is the situation of Governor Simfubara. He needs to prove beyond reasonable doubt that we still have good politicians, because the other relationship was something else. It wasn't palatable at all. Unfortunately, that's the shoe he has found himself. So he has to prove beyond reasonable. That's why there's so much demand. Because if the past administration had done the basic job, Governor Simfubara would just be building on that, but nothing. Rather, the foundation that was laid by the other administration was bastardized, almost in every sector. That's the situation. Good evening.
Hello, Maxwell.
Go ahead, sir.
Simeon Aprundola.
Go ahead, sir.
One of my fellow callers said our CTC chairman is like he's being passive or passive. Let me use the word passive. I was expecting him to hit the ground running by hitting this word. Let me use the word palliative to all looks and crannies of Emowa. But that is not coming home. I'm not saying that he's not doing something, but he's doing. Let him do what the eyes will see. Hey, people are hungry. Oh. People are hungry. Pockets are empty. We need this now. Let him hit the ground running in this very area. He promised us light. I am speaking from the now. He said they will have light. And more have light. In 2 weeks, we are in darkness. Darkness is darkness for 3 years now. Darkness till the CTC chairman will go. Let me write his name in gold by giving us light before the expression of his tenure. That's what we want to do. People are hungry. Pockets are empty. Hit the ground running. Come on, fill our pulse. Fill our stomach.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Yes, please, go ahead.
It's me in Joramobo from MSD2 in Ahoda West. I'm talking about this old East-West road that linked to Ahoda town. The old East-West road, even when the new East-West road was dilapidated about a month ago, the federal government, every person passed through that old East-West road from MSD1, MSD2, Okobe, and the link to Operede, Ibepe, Oyiba, down to Olaupata to Ahodata. So if you want our area now, you cannot match your legs because that track road that we are using has been destroyed by federal government. And now the CTC chairman of Ahoda West use a grader and grade the road for this rainy season. I can tell you, even Kete cannot enter into our community now when there is rain. So we don't know what we are going to do now. Now that we are entering to September, like the rain of September 4, we don't know where to fly. So we pray that let the governor look into it. I'm calling on our representative for House of Assembly to carry good boy. Let him come to our aid so that we should have a road. We are all producing community under Ajib now or Wando, but we are not recorded any development in our community. As I'm talking to you, I'm the CDC chairman of MSD2.
So sorry, but you've made your point clear. Oh, thank God you called Sokari Good Boy. He's in government now. Sokari Good Boy, Edison here, and co. They should reflect the goodness of the governor. True? It's not enough to talk about the other people. Now you are in charge. We will see what you will do now. Let's take this one.
I swear, good evening. I went to my village today in Igbo Eche to see the level of the Igbo Eche Rumokris Road, the level of work over there. And I was so impressed that the work is going on smoothly, as in the workers are on the site working 24 hours. I was so impressed that Governor Sen Fubara really mean well for the good people of Igbo Eche. I really commend him for standing by Igbo Eche people. I say kudos to him, and kudos to the Rivers State government for remembering the Igbo Eche road. I really commend him that work has really commenced. The level of work I saw there today was very, very massive. And I want to thank the executive governor of Rivers State for remembering Igbo Eche. And I also want to inform him to look at the Chukuta Ipuremgo Omebli road. That road is an eyesore, Maswell. I want him to remember us and do the needful. Thank God, ability at him.
Yes, good evening. Go ahead.
Hello, good evening, my brother.
Yes, please.
Hello, good evening, my brother.
Go ahead, sir.
My name is Professor Ekita. I'm calling from the United States of Ireland. Hello?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Yes. My name is...
Oh, Prof, can you call back? Network is terrible. Oh, so sorry, Prof. If I Chukwumodu says, good day, Max. Have you been to Cornerstone opposite AIT before? Try and go and see for yourself how bad the road looks. Yes, I've been there. The road is an eyesore. I thought they said Wike have done all the roads in Obiakpo. Max, I keep telling people Nigeria is the only place where avenue to make money is huge. Please, Sim should go and fix that road. We find Chukwumodu. That road is terrible, though. I pass there almost every day now. The road is terrible. Max, please tell the governor that he knows that schools are resuming next week, and up until now, many primary and secondary schools are dilapidated with no teachers. He should quickly do something. Today, many vehicles were given to the security men in the midst of political crisis. So there is no excuse for not doing the education sector. Nduka from Rukwako, thank you. Indeed, there is no excuse.
I swear, one day, please tell Julius Berger or Rivers State government, whoever it is that has permanently blocked this U-turn at NTA, and most of us that live behind NTA that we're using to come to our houses, or sometimes when we're going out, please tell them to come and clean up Farm Road that will connect you to Benwosley, so that we can be using under the flyover, which is location. You know, it makes it easier for us than any time we want to come to this place. We will now drive straight to Vikure, even inside the hold up. You know that fuel is so costly this time around, and turn back driving kilometers before you get to your house. Please let them come and clean up the Farm Road. This Farm Road is a very good shortcut for people that are living within this area, so we can be going out and be coming in from there. Thank you. My name is
Good evening. Okay, let's go ahead with this other one.
Mas, good evening. I'm still calling from Igbo Eche. My name is Marsha. In response of hawking permit in Igbo Eche.
Okay, we've talked about that now. You want the government to hear it by force, by fire. Yes, they've heard it and they will do something. Good evening. Yes, go ahead,
Hello. Jeremiah, good evening.
Yes, please, go ahead.
Good evening, Jeremiah.
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, please.
The comment I want to make is about fire brigade house.
Oh, Daddy, the line is breaking. Daddy, can you call back, please? Good evening, Maxwell. I'm LG Okawu from Olaikata, Ahoda East. It's still about my community since the origin. We've not had electricity, no hospital, no road to Ikata, and road to Patabo. Our UPE school needs rehabilitation, no network. Our MTN needs reinstallation, that's the MTN Max, no solar street light. And we have Shell Pipeline. NDDC, please help us. CDC Chairman Happy Bennett. Olaikata have been abandoned since origin. I saw some guys bringing, what do you call it now, the solar street light. I don't know, is it that they want to change it or they want to put on the other end? I mean, our street go shine well. Do you know that Governor Sim hasn't paid minimum wage yet? He promised to improve the living standard of Rivers people. For the wage award, that is history forgotten. Please tell Governor Sim to come out of distraction abracadabra, part from Igruta, to think he was once a civil servant. I tire. Good evening, Max. I want primary schools in Ogbakri to be reconstructed. Learning facilities and teaching aids are needed. More teachers are needed. Waiting for Ogbakri Light, dualization and reconstruction of Ogbakri Road, connected to Emoha East-West Road. Now, when will that light? They said Emolga CTC chairman is working on Get to Ogbakri. Are people sure that this promise will be fulfilled? Dixon from Ogbakri. Thank you. Good evening, Max. My eyewitness, do you know that Governor Sim hasn't... okay, I've taken that. You sent it twice. Sorry. Good evening. Do a voice note if you're trying to reach... the network is bad. It's pretty bad. So you can do a voice note on WhatsApp. 0701 9339 962. You can just do a 1-minute voice note and send it. Okay? Because calls now, I don't understand what these network providers are doing. There's these other people. Their own will just disappear for 3 months. You know them now. They are your friends. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
I'm talking about fire brigade. Ubiakbo and Port Harcourt didn't have any fire brigade.
You mean fire service?
Yes.
There's one at Mile 1 now, the one at Flyover, Mile 1 Flyover.
Good, I'm coming. Even for Ubiakbo, I'm making you finish the building. But no even one tanker. There are no fire service that are there. Please tell our governor, make a buy like a tanker, 2 or 3, so that whenever there is fire, any place that fire catch, the people can go and off it. You remember what happened some months ago at Lebanon? Many people died. I don't know whether they have compensated them. I don't know whether they have buried them. How can in a state like this, that no fire service, they didn't have tanker, they are not working? It's not proper. Additionally, our local government chairman is not doing very well. Can I say what Jehovah says is not doing very well? The go slow that used to stay at Mulumo Junction, there are something he's supposed to do to stop that. Good. Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
There's the ADP road. They tie it, reach down water side. Then the other side, Penny Traco, they tie it, reach the water side. Only to put culvert, small culvert. If you put culvert there, you see that many motors that are going with further side bus to Body Camp, Eriboro Road, and go where it's going. Then go slow will reduce at Rumokoro Junction. Please, it's the duty of chairman. Obi Akpan is the one of richest local government. After Yaba, in the whole federation, is Obi Akpan. So let him come and put the culvert so that many motor can follow there. Bus to Tony Traco, bus to Eriboro Road, go where it's going. Thank you so much. I'm watching over the mother. Thank you.
Thank you, Daddy. Thank you. Good evening. Good evening. Go ahead.
Hello, Mr. Maxwell.
Go ahead, Mr. Sam.
Yeah, a blessed evening to you, Mr. Maxwell. And a bad one to all the bad politicians and wrong policemen who cannot take care of their property. Mr. Maxwell, you see, our dynamic and authentic, gallant, unique, fantastic, excellent governor in Fubara is working. If at all Wike was working the way he is working now, the 8 years of seeing this Wike, River State would have been like London or Dubai. You know, Mr. Maxwell, so people are complaining. I heard your man, Mr. Smith, saying that though he gave some good advice, but yet those vehicles, the police, they need those vehicles. But he's asking who will be maintaining. Police, they have been collecting this thing, budget every year for maintenance.
Is that your eyewitness, or you came to counter what my guest said?
Okay, let me give my eyewitness.
Say your eyewitness, because you are not the security expert.
The general now they say no be security expert. Okay.
Do you know the caliber of that man will bring on this show? It is not just ordinary human being.
You don't know me now, that's why they talk. He's a general. A general, I'm talking to you as I'm a general. But let me leave that for that. But Mr. Maxwell, you see, my eyewitness report is that I see the dynamic governor, in spite of all manner of troubles and hoodoos and who here, is working very well, because Mr. Maxwell, it is not easy. We know that the FCT minister said he will make it, he will lose the fight, but he will make it difficult for him to govern.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Sam. Thank you, Mr. Sam. Good evening.
Yeah, Mas, good evening.
Go ahead, sir.
How's the job?
But thank God.
Okay, my eyewitness is at Omagwan here. Mas, you know that for the past 2 years plus, we didn't have light. And one man they call Grant of 4 managed to give the whole of Omagwan light. But not up to 6 months now, not even up to 4 months. And NEPA people have started coming to cut people's light, and they're rationing the light without allowing the people to enjoy the light. And from what I understood, the man had an agreement with them for 2 years without coming to collect bills. But I'm surprised seeing them cutting people's light anyhow.
Then you can mobilize, come together and sue them now. I don't know why people don't like suing PHED. The CTC chairman also, who are now, okay, even if they have just little time, the traditional rulers, our fathers, are not protecting our communities against PHED's injustices. If you're paying bill, or for instance, for communities that didn't have light for a very long time, and then you were able to contribute money, or a philanthropist decided to hook the community back to the national grid, it is incumbent on PHED not to collect bill for some time, because someone else carried out their responsibility. They are supposed to ensure that they hook up the community back to the national grid, provide transformers, but they run away from that most times. I don't know how privatized this PHED is, to be frank. Now, if that has been done by a philanthropist, it means they are not permitted to collect, depending on the agreement, collect this thing for. So, if they now do that, if they breach the agreement, sue them, take them to court. Let them have litigations here and there. But communities, they leave it in the hands of God. Traditional rulers will not talk. It's only when it comes to politics, some of our traditional rulers, you see them, they will be talking. But when it comes to these issues now, they will not talk. The elders in the community, they will not talk. The men that are supposed to be big man for community or streets, not be for mouth, it's not to be oppressing people. When they want to oppress the people around there, you come out and shout and roar like a lion. Then we will now know that you have capacity. It's not this empty capacity that people have these days. They are oppressing people within your street. They are oppressing people within your community. You know they do anything. You say you have capacity. Okay, pack well. Ifeanyi Chukwuwodo says, Max, what's happening at this Rumokoro roundabout is alarming. Taxis and buses behave anyhow. They load at the roundabout. Traders sell around there too. It's an eyesore. I thought the flyover would have solved the problem of hold up in that area, but Max, the reverse is the case. Sim should set up a task force, please. Ifeanyi Chukwuwodo, don't call for task force. You're looking for trouble. The flyover at Rumokoro is supposed to be crisscrossing along both ends. Unfortunately, the former governor, all his flyover has been overhead bridge, just crossing via one area. If you had the one coming from this place, Rumokoro, sorry, the one coming from Bori Camp area, you have another one crossing over. It means everybody who is going across will just move up. For instance, have you ever seen traffic at Obirikwere? No, you will not. Have you ever seen traffic at Eleme Junction? Yes and no. Yes, because traders have barricaded everywhere. So the traders too, who sell on the street, waiting be on a problem now. Taxi drivers, I don't know why they like parking on the road to carry passenger. I don't know if there's a gene. Not all of them, but it's like many of them. They like parking on the road to carry passenger. And they are the ones complaining that Governor Sim is not doing well, or Mr. Tinubu is not doing well. Are you doing well? Max, what's happening? Okay, let me take this other one. My eyewitness is on our senator representing us at the Red Chamber, Chief All Well Onyeso. Since he went to the Red Chamber, we are yet to see the dividends of democracy from him. Thank God ability at able. Okay. And other people too should start calling out their Red Chamber and Green Chamber members. Yes, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, my brother in the studio.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes, it's Henry for call from Bolurmingo. Now, on my eyewitness report this evening. First, let me thank the Executive Governor, Governor Steve Fubara, for job well done for providing those cars for the Nigerian police and also urging them to see how they can make use of it, wisely. Now, secondly, my brother, I don't know if you have noticed that under this administration of this Inspector General of Police, the police extortion in Nigeria, in fact, in River State at large, have increased more than the way it is before. I don't know if you have noticed it. Nobody is scoring anybody. You will see police people standing on the road. They are not checking particulars. All they are just checking is by collecting money from motor drivers, bus drivers, keke drivers. Nobody is scoring them. Nobody is investigating them. Because the IG have decided to politicize his chance of becoming the Inspector General of Police, barricading local government council. First time in the history of Nigeria that over how many months today, the local government councils cannot be able, the caretakers cannot be able to access their council. I don't know why it is the reason why they appointed the Inspector General of Police. Let him come to the road and see what police is doing on the road. Extorting money, even in the front of their police station, everywhere. The whole Port Harcourt is alarming. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time. Good evening. Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Go ahead, sir.
I'm Chigozi from Odo Abagrekla. Mark, there is something I saw at Obakre Junction today. It is very, very bad. People are cutting high tension that connected from Obakre, that connected from MOA to Obakre, high tension wire. What did I say? When I was going to my home, to my community this evening, I observed that they even knocked one pole, electric pole down, two pole or one down. Whosoever that is doing that is Obakre people, please, I'm begging them in the name of God Almighty. We are no more a violent person, a violent people. Please, I'm begging whosoever, if he's from Obakre, a youth, or from MOA, or a stranger living in this MOA local government, doing that into Obakre people. Please, I'm begging you in the name of God Almighty.
please have a rethink. Whosoever that did that evil act to Obake people, I'm begging you in the name of God Almighty, have a rethink. We don't want any problem from any corner.
Thank you very much for your time. We got your thought.
I'm begging whosoever.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let me go to my area talk.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, good evening. Go ahead.
Good evening, Felix, calling from Port Harcourt.
Yes, please.
I actually want to, because I've had a lot of people talking about power supply, PHD, light, not in communities and all that. I want to ask, yes, I want to commend the governor in some of the commissioner under some ministries that are working. I want to ask this question. Where is Ministry of Power or Commissioner for Power in Rivers State? What is it doing? Since the resumption of office to date, I have not seen any improvement in that ministry. I don't even know how much is the 60 MVA transformer to upgrade some of the substations where power can be available to people. Please, if the governor is not hearing us, try to reach out to the governor. We want to know the ministry, what are they doing? Power ministry, which is Solomon Eke. We want to know what he's doing. And secondly, sir, I want the governor to look at how he can alleviate the suffering of, if since fuel is very high now. From Rivers State, we have an allocation coming every month. If they can negotiate with Power Holding Company of Port Harcourt, PHED, let them, if they will every month, caution some amount of money so that we can have power in Rivers State, so that we can have steady supply. And secondly, I want you to talk to the NDDC. This misplace of priority over street light where we don't have light. You go to some community, you see street light in the farm road, just for people to get money in their pocket, do contract. These people in these communities don't have power, but you see street light all over the light. But when they go inside their rooms, in their flats, there is no power. Let them prioritize this.
You use the street lights now as to whole body now.
We don't need that when we enter house, heat. Let them prioritize if it is paying NEPA bill so that we can be able to have this light.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Instead of this farm road.
Thank you. Thank you. Light na light. Whether street light or NEPA light or light them. Okay, use that one whole body. So that you will see road to go to the farm now in the night to go and plant. Because cattle rearers don't work in the night. Hey, I can take message. Congo house, go chop. Government wahala. Good evening, Mr. Max. Please tell the state government to come build a permanent classroom structure for community secondary school. Omuhechi Alu, which has been on a temporary structure with a modern primary for over 10 years, even when the community has graciously gifted the government 30 plots of land to build. All visit by the community to Ministry of Education and government to this effect has proven abortive. Prince Collins from Alu, thank you. Let me rush this ones. Max, please, that commissioner of power should be given to a politician. That commissioner of power should not be given to a politician. The man handling it now doesn't know anything about power. He's just a politician. Have you heard him talk about that ministry? Please try and invite him. Let's know his program. Ifeanyi Chukwumodu, thank you. Welcome, Maxwell. Good evening. My eyewitness report is Nigeria Police Force don't have maintenance culture. Those vehicles given to them by Sasimala Ifura, the executive governor of Rivers State, by next 6 months, you will not see them again. Gift one call from Akwaiche. I can't take any more messages. Max, in my senator's family compound in the village, they opened a borehole and put the tap on the fence, and we're selling the water to the village people. Journalists came and snapped everything and published it on a newspaper with the caption, "A senator sells water for his people. When the senator saw the publication, he flew in and personally destroyed the tap. This is Niger, Mr. John. I beg, follow me on Facebook, Lucky Maxwell. Lucky space Maxwell. Follow me. Don't follow those people. Me, I will tell you the truth. Don't follow those capacity people. Follow me on Twitter also, LuckyMax234, one word. Good evening. We'll see you tomorrow.
95.1 FM, Voice of the People.
And we're back.
We did not plan that this is going to be 3, but again, it's our league. Let's talk about it. Let's bring you up to speed with what is happening in the Premier League. That's exactly what Honorable Benga Elegbele has been doing. The winner of the league gets 200 million. All under 19 teams will get good money from the sponsors of the league. We might have more games on television. Games are going to be streamed live, he has told us. Today we bring you the concluding part of that conversation with yours truly, Godwin A. Nakena.
One thing me and my friends will always do is engage in premium enjoyment. Once we grab our bottles of Guinness, whether with Nkwobi or grilled fish, life must be celebrated because the joy of life is in the little things.
Guinness, black shines brightest.
Not to be sold to persons under the age of 18.
We are compromising, so why don't we say, okay, we are playing by CAF standard and not by Nigerian standard? Is it possible?
Also, you see that all clubs must have it?
Yes, the minimum of CAF standards.
No, we cannot. You know why?
No.
First, you cannot impose your will on properties that does not belong to the league. Alright? The owner of the league or the property may say, I do not have the resources now to meet up with that standard. What do? But we have to give our own minimum standard that we come to be television friendly. Okay? And that is our own state.
Okay. Let me take you away from there to the ouster of the FA Cup champions and the vice champions of the league in Nigeria. Remo Stars, when they were drawn against the Moroccan team, we knew that it was going to be an uphitters. But for Academy Warriors to be beaten by Benin Republic, a team from Benin Republic, and not that, they have to travel almost 30 hours from Maiduguri to come and play in Ikene. How do we get against this? 2 teams are out of 4.
Now, it brings us back to this question. How prepared are owners of those clubs for their teams to go and play in the continent? Right? Imagine a team of taking their footballers all the way from Maiduguri by road to come to Ikene. By road. From that long distance. Only to come and say they fly from Lagos to Benin. That flight is less than now a quarter of the journey from Maiduguri to Ikene. Alright? It's even more convenient to drive from Lagos to Benin Republic now.
Yes.
Is it not?
Yes.
It's 3 kilometers.
Very true.
So, how can you now, okay, you flew something like about maybe like 120 kilometers or less than
30 minutes.
And now drive. So, it's a journey of less than, but the most, 1 hour you'll be there, isn't it?
Yes.
To fly. Then you have to go and go by road for another journey of about 11, 12 hours. It doesn't make any economic sense. It doesn't make any sense in keeping the players in good shape. So if they lose, it is as a sort of fatigue. Alright? Because when the player travel that long distance, you do expect them to have the energy to stand and play against the team that is home. So that is why it is important for our own team. So, as a matter of fact, the owners of the clubs to be ready to spend money to make their players comfortable. That's why we keep insisting. We want to increase the payment for the salaries. They must perform. The welfare of footballers was very important. And this made us, as a matter of fact, had a discussion sometimes with the chairman of Airpeace, alright, Shivali Nayima, and quite cooperating. If we send the letter now,
we want to start with our referees, so that when referees are going to matches, because there was a case of a referee that died a few years ago on his way from one of the northern states when he went to officiate the match. We think now, let's look for a person to have rebates for our referees. And I think, sure, they will grant us that. So our referees will have to pay lower for flight tickets when they go on official matches. Wow. Now that we have already increased what we are doing, then again, you want to encourage club owners to actually do something like that. When you are going to, they on their own can have agreement with airlines, okay?
Yeah.
When you are going, let your players go by air instead of going by road. And I think that is why we need to, again, ask ourselves questions. Those of us who are running clubs, how are we thinking? Can we talk to our most of these things I have to tell you, some clubs chairman may not be able to face their government directly and make requests, okay?
True.
Unlike private club owners. For instance, Remo Stars, he always flies his players for long distance. That I know. Alright?
Yes.
And I know that Sporting Lagos.
Yes.
Shola Akinade can be approached any day by doing exactly by saying, let's do this. And we listen. Alright?
Yes, sir.
But how many of the state-owned clubs can have access directly to their governor and make such requests? So there are problems that need to be addressed, and we will get there.
Yes, you just told us that the match officials' indemnities have been increased yet again. I don't know. Is it possible?
That was last season.
Yes.
I've increased twice this beginning.
Yes. Is it possible for my listener to know how much, or that is between you and the match officials?
No, it's not between me and them. But unfortunately, anything has to do with finance or money, what this person is able to do, it's not supposed to be for public knowledge. You know, we need to protect their privacy.
Okay.
And if I give you 20,000 and you're not changing it to 40,000 now, you're not telling the public that, oh, this one is getting to. Maybe that man's wife, the second wife, will be making extra demands, alright? Maybe that man's girlfriend will be making extra demands. So maybe his village, their community will say, no, you have this ceremony come at the way. I think that's why sometimes we have to keep quiet.
Okay, will Academy Warriors play in Maiduguri this season?
Yes, no clue whether the club license should belong to the NFL, alright?
Okay, yes.
And Nasiru, who is in charge, has been there, and said he will bring his reports to us. And because he didn't say they can play there, we have already provided an alternative venue for them if the place is not okay.
Okay.
But Nasiru's report came in yesterday, but he will give it to us. To be today being Friday, probably he will send it to us.
Okay then.
So by next week, after their next match, because they are playing away, we'll be home. So we're discussing with them actually. We sent people to go and look at the stadium. The report we got really what is partially okay. That means not okay. So we want to remove the word partially by this evening. We'll get the report from Nasiru.
Wow. That's interesting. But this is a very tricky question. How has the NFF taken over the issue of club licensing affected the Nigerian Premier Football League in taking some decisions?
Well, number one, the issue of club licensing was removed from the league to the federation by CAF. It was not by CAF. And so far, so good. There have been complete synergy between the NFF club licensing officials and that of the MPFL. They will work hand in hand. So there's no decision taken that is not jointly taken.
Okay, I like that part. And now, the most important one that Nigerians are worried about, and I'm sure you're also worried about as the chairman of the league, Honorable Benga Elegbeleye. Our best players are going to Ethiopia, Rwanda, Benin Republic. What are the reasons, and how can we stop this?
Now, very simple. I made reference to welfare packages that club owners, alright? You will not see, when we are talking of Ethiopia, alright? Talking of Tanzania, they have corporate sponsors of their league, alright? When they have corporate sponsors for their league, that means more money is being injected to their league. We don't have such in Nigeria. The last time we had such was when Supersport invested about $8 million there about Pacific, alright? So now the system is just gradually picking up. And our target in our last meeting is that we want the least paid a footballer in Nigeria to earn 1 million naira. Meanwhile, don't be deceived. Some of these players are going now. What they are taking, it is not as big as they think. Alright? For instance, it is as a result of our current state of our naira. Alright? Somebody taking $1,000 in Nigeria, that means that money is about 1.5 something million, isn't it?
Yes.
If you are taking $1,000 even in the Republic here, that money is lower because their currency is higher than naira. Alright? So if you are in Nigeria, you are staying in your country, you are taking like 800,000 naira, and you go to another country that pay you $1 million, I mean $1,000, you just add dollar. By the time you convert it, again, you are probably maybe short-changing yourself. That's why some of them go, they come back. Except those that are good to you and bigger clubs. And is it? But now, if we have more sponsors, and again, there will be a change in terms of packages and welfare packages. So the idea of going to smaller countries will not be there. Players are nomadic because they want more money. Because their interest is, if you don't make enough money now to save the holdings, by the time you are 30, 35, we able to play football again, then you come back. You need to make something like that. That's what they have to wonder out. But we need to make our house okay for them to stay in the country by getting better packages.
Okay. You are the second vice president, Nigerian Football Federation, Honorable Gbega Elegbeleye. You are the chairman of the league in Nigeria, the Premier League. Every time we have a team list released by different coaches of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, you don't find a Nigerian playing at home. The team list released for this weekend's game has only one goalkeeper, Amas Abasoge of Bende Insurance, who will not play, who is going to be the third choice goalkeeper. Why are they shutting the door of the Super Eagles against players who are playing in the domestic league?
Well, now, let me answer first. Let me go back to the last coach that left, that's Basero. We invited him for our Super 6 in Lagos, alright? He saw players like Tensu down then, and he said these players are good enough. And the time he was sending his invitations, he ignored the majority of those that he picked. I only sent to 2, alright? Again, now, we need a coach that when you sign a contract with a coach who is living abroad and you say it's your national team coach, how will he see your domestic league? How do we know the players? I'm very sure that those players that play against the Republic in Cote d'Ivoire, where they beat Nigeria, a lot of our home-based players will have played that match and defeated the Republic. But when a coach stays abroad and got the title of national coach, it is mandatory for a national coach to be involved in domestic league. Move around and see players and do scouting yourself. But that wasn't the case before. So my belief now is the current coach, the new coach to come in, will now have the part of his contract that he must scout from the local league. Definitely will have more players from the local league. It's supposed to be an instruction to the coach.
But we have a team list already.
Yeah, well, I will say that is for one match.
I know your greatest joy, Honorable Gbega Elegbeleye, will be that time that you have more private clubs in the Premier League. I know you'll be very happy.
Exactly. It's the best for the system.
Last season we had 3. This time we have only 2.
Well, let me tell you what. Last season, what I can call the glamour of last season was the inclusion or the coming of Sporting Lagos. The way they prosecute their own matches with a lot of glamour, you have great corners for shops, small shops, corners for soft drink, orange juices, all those things. It's what you witness in European matches that was brought in. Alright? Unfortunately, we have lost that glamour in this city. I hope maybe those coming in now will be able to emulate that. And I hope again, Sporting Lagos will have to come out next season so that we will see more of them. Those are coming up, because I was a team coach and said they discussed with his commissioner, and I what they are doing in Sporting Lagos, they want to be doing it in our stadium too. I said, the commissioner said, no problem. So that means, indeed, Sporting Lagos was actually teaching some things. I mean, giving us some things I would want to learn from. Okay? And I'm sure, again, they must have a way, again, of entertaining their own immediate friends of the club. And, again, seeing that one in I mean, 1 or 2 teams are doing it now. Hopefully, I think there will be more of that. That's why it is always better for me to talk about more private clubs in the system. Yeah, Yeah, and the reason why I'm saying this, government cannot be deceived.
Yeah.
Football is business.
Yes.
Right? Football is business. The clubs are so rich in Europe. Our own can be as rich if we put it in our serious taking cap and know what to do. But unfortunately, majority of these clubs are owned by government in Nigeria. Government business seems to be nobody's business. Okay? Because everybody wants profit. Is government looking for profit in football? That is another question.
Wow. Thank you so much, Honorable Gbenga Elegbeleye, and we wish you a very fruitful season.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. God bless you. Bye-bye
Thank
now.
you. Thank you, brother. Bye-bye. Thank you.
The voice of Honorable Gbenga Elegbeleye. Emmanuel wears two caps. He is the second Vice President, Nigerian Football Federation, and of course, the chairman of the Nigerian Premier Football League. Once you are the chairman of the Premier League, you automatically become the Vice President, second Vice President, Nigerian Football Federation. Now you know. Thank you so much once again for being part of the show. My name is Godwin A. Nakena. Let us keep praying for Nigeria. Let's keep cruising. God bless Nigeria.
For the court, are you ready? Today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
Please listen to this paid infomercial.
Follow who no road, Oga. Follow who no road. I probably follow who no road. Even think follow who no road.
Hey, better don't land though. That thing where we don't find Tete for Sokoto. Don't land bowa forward domot. Baba Champion Herbs, aka Champion Action for Men. Don't carry wongi herbal remedy. Enter town to take bring out the real action in you as a man. Hey, Baba Champion Action for Men. For that man when they perform well. Baba Champion Action for Men. You dey good for both young and old. Even if you don't reach 80 years, you go still maintain your wing. You go normalize your system, boost your performance, make you stand gidigbam. Dey kakaraka as a real man with correct action. Champion Action for Men. Correct wonder root wey go activate the real action in you. Now the day when you start to take am, that day go begin work for you. Even when you don't take am finish, you go still the fire they go. Because you don't correct your system, set am fine, make you carry the go. Baba Champion day for number 62 Ikwere Road by Egede Street, my one Jobu Port Harcourt. Call 081-6920-2525. Take am again, 081-6920-2525. Baba Champion, now for real men.
Greetings to you, wonderful people of River State. Thank you for joining us on this health enlightenment, sponsored by Baba Champion Herbs. Baba Champion day for number 62 Ikwere Road by Egede Street, my one Jobu Port Harcourt. You can call Baba Champion on 081-6920-2525. 081-6920-2525. Let's hear from the Chief Consultant of Baba Champion Herbs.
Thank you so much, dear listener, for being with us. I am the Chief Consultant of Champion Herbs International. Today, I want to talk about erectile dysfunction.
Please, could you break it down so everybody can understand this?
Erectile dysfunction is the inability to get and keep an erection firm enough for intercourse. Having erection trouble from time to time is not necessarily an issue for concern, but when it happens frequently, it becomes a problem. It can cause stress, affect your self-confidence, and contribute to relationship problems. This problem of getting or keeping an erection can also be a sign of an underlying health condition that needs treatment. Male sexual arousal is a complex process that involves the brain, hormones, emotions, nerves, muscles, and blood vessels. Stress and mental health concerns can cause or worsen erectile dysfunction. Common causes include alcoholism and other forms of substance abuse, sleep disorders. If you don't sleep well, it can affect your performance. Tobacco use, too much sugar in the body, obesity, metabolic syndrome, which is a condition involving increased blood pressure, high insulin level, body fat around the waist, among others.
Does it come with symptoms?
The symptoms include trouble getting an erection or keeping an erection, reduced sexual desire. You find yourself as a man, you don't have urge at all. When you experience other sexual problems such as premature ejaculation, other ailments such as diabetes, heart disease might also be linked to erectile dysfunction.
Any advice to our listeners?
I advise any man with any of these symptoms to quickly visit an expert. Even if it gets you embarrassed talking to an expert, never mind that. Most times, treating an underlying condition is enough to reverse erectile dysfunction. In other cases, medication or direct treatment helps a lot. So, when you see yourself in this situation, visit an expert. Don't feel ashamed to talk to an expert. We are located at number 62 Ikwere Road by Egede Street, my one Diob Port Harcourt, Baba Champion Herbs. You can call us on 081 69 20 2525.
Thank you very much.
Follow no road, Oga. Follow no road. Abobi follow no road. Even think follow no road.
Hey, better don't land though. That thing where we don't find Tete for Sokoto. Don't land Boa forward domot. Baba Champion Herbs, aka Champion Action for Men. Don't carry Wonge Herbal Remedy. Enter town to take bring out the real action in you as a man. Baba Champion Action for Men. For that man when they perform well. Baba Champion Action for Men. You dey good for both young and old. Even if you don't reach 80 years, you go still maintain your wing. You go normalize your system, boost your performance, make you stand gidigbam. Dey kakaraka as a real man with correct action. Champion Action for Men. Correct wonder root wey go activate the real action in you. Now the day when you start to take am, that day go begin work for you. Even when you don't take and finish, you go still the fire they go. Because you don't correct your system, set and fine, make you carry the go. Baba Champion Day for number 62 Ikwere Road by Egede Street, my one Diob Port Harcourt. Call 081 69 20 2525. Take am again 081 69 20 2525. Baba Champion, now for real man.
And that was a paid infomercial.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Hello, my people. Are you ready for an electrifying experience that would send shivers down your spine? Welcome to the thrill. Hold on tight as we dive into the hottest high-life tracks that will make your pulse race and your feet move. It's not just a show. It's a musical and talk adventure that would leave you craving for more. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the thrill. Mondays to Thursdays, 9 p.m. only on Today 95.1 FM.
Inefficiency and indiscipline is ruining the country now. Corruption here, there, and everywhere. Inflation is soaring high. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die. Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Which way to go? I love my fatherland. Oh, sure, sure. I want to know. Yes, I want to know. Which way Nigeria is heading to? We made mistakes during the oil boom, not knowing that was our doom. Some people now have everything, while many, many have nothing. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't fall. Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Which way to go? I love my fatherland. Oh yeah, I want to know. Yes, I want to know. Which way Nigeria is heading to? Green revolution is a reality. Let's give it a chance to grow. Let's join our hands to farm the land so we can have enough food to show. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die. Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Way to go. I love my fatherland. Oh sure. I want to know. Yes, I want to know. Which way Nigeria is heading to? Our ambition to be millionaires is running the country down. We all want to be millionaires and to live in the air. Oh, let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die. Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Which way to go? I love my fatherland. Oh yeah, I want to know. Yes, we want to know. Which way Nigeria is heading to? Remember that a simple step is the beginning of a million miles. Let's start right now to rebuild ourselves so as to make the country smile. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die.
All right, they say 1,000 miles begins with a step. Now, some lines from the song Which Way Nigeria by Sonny Okosun of blessed memory. Well, often people ask the question, so which way Nigeria? A lot of people seem to have lost faith in our dearly beloved country. I mean, well, certain things happen and you might find yourself in a rather depressing state, you know, and then people begin to ask questions. So what exactly are we doing in this country? I did say that in Nigeria, things are new every morning. You wake up to this one yesterday, you wake up to another one the day after, and it just feels like we are in a state of never-ending drama. So things have been happening recently, and for the longest, it feels like the issue of tribal or ethnic bigotry is not going anywhere anytime soon. During the last general elections, where people were choosing, when people had to make the decision, you know, their choice of candidates and all of that, for some people it was more tribal, you know, it was more tribal than it was based off on tribe. Them deciding, wanting to have a person who speaks their language, you know, in power, and not exactly about the manifesto, you know, or who is looking like he has the ability to really take us to where we want to be, you know, to really push us in terms of development or anything like that. Yeah, so many conversations happening around that period. You get to hear people talking about how they wanted somebody who speaks their language. For some people, it was more about, you know, the tribal thing. yeah, they made their choice of candidates based on who speaks the same language that they do. And you begin to wonder, well, sometimes things like this spread into the international community where we have Nigerians in diaspora doing certain things that you think about it, you just take a step back, take away tribal, sentiments and all of that. Does it really make sense? Is it a fair thing to do? Well, we're going to have a conversation this evening on The Thrill, and of course, that your thoughts, your 2 cents, actually give me as many cents as possible. It's The Thrill, beautiful people. It is Today 95.1 FM. I'm your host, and my name is Amaka. Actually, I will be your host for the rest of the evening, and you know that we have tight conversations right about now on this dial. So I know you want to stay tuned. Well, good choice, trust me, good choice.
Ẹ jọ̀wọ́ kí ló ń pè ní creator. Olùdásílẹ̀. Mo ní kí ló ń pè ní founder. Olùdásílẹ̀. Olúwaṣínà Peters. Olùdásílẹ̀ Afrojuju. Àti sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ rí. Ayé òde pátá dáradà wọ́n kàn lè fọwọ́ aago sẹ́yìn ni. Àsìkò àwa youth rèé o, kò yé bí inú wa. Ọ̀ṣọ́ ni yọ ṣàgó. Kò sí bọ́n ṣe máa dúdú tàbí kọrin àfojú tó máa dàbí ẹni tó ní. Kò sí bọ́n ṣe máa dúdú tàbí kọrin.
In what is now trending on social media, this happened, today's Tuesday. I think this happened like between Sunday and Monday, yeah? So, Canadian police has arrested a Nigerian woman. Her name is Amaka Somberja. Actually, please, it's not my Amaka. Okay, I need to put out this disclaimer. So she goes by Amaka Somberja, okay? Sonberja. I feel like I need to say her surname, or I need to say her last name with emphasis, so you know that we happen to be namesakes. But please, okay. So, Canadian police has arrested a Nigerian woman by the name Amaka Sonberja, who threatened to poison Yoruba and Benin people. Yeah, so this lady took to social media to threaten. She said she was going to poison Yoruba and Benin people. Well, apparently she claims to be, she says she was triggered by hate speech against Igbos and this one and that one. She's like, she has had her feel. She's tired of the constant criticisms, and everything. And then she says, oh, look, if I have my way, this is what I'm going to do to Yorubas and Benin people. Well, this woman has been swiftly arrested by Canadian police. Yeah, she has been arrested by the police in Canada. And of course, when things like this happen, she's a Nigerian in diaspora, but then somehow it comes back to us as a people, as a country. We get to hear of these things, and you begin to, a lot of questions come to mind. Now, Canada moved to arrest a Nigerian living in Canada who made a hate speech against Nigerians living in Nigeria. So netizens are asking if Canada can move swiftly. Because that was a hate speech, right? She said she was going to poison people, Yorubas, and people from Benin. She said she was going to poison them. Now, that was a hate speech, like a really hateful thing to say. Now, you can maybe say things like that in the comfort of your home, but coming to social media, to say things like that. Plus, it's not like you are not a part of that country. You are Nigerian. And then you take to social media to say, look, out of this country, Nigeria, I will poison these people and these people. It's a scary thing to do, actually. It's a scary thing to hear or to read of. So netizens are asking why Nigerians living in Nigeria who have made hate speeches about certain tribes in Nigeria move freely. So, when things like this happen and people begin to, look at the drawing board, they bring it home. They're like, okay, so let's come back home. So this is what the police in Canada did. So she lives in Canada, but she's Nigerian. Yeah, they very well would have said, okay, look, she didn't say that against Canadians. She did not say she was going to poison Canadians. She said she was going to poison Nigerians. So it's her people. If she wants to poison her people, let her go ahead and poison her people. Well, the police in Canada did not do that. So they moved into action, swiftly so, because she has been arrested. But netizens are now asking that when it comes to Nigeria, we've had, I made reference to the general elections of last year. When if you got to, hear of arguments when people were choosing, trying to decide who they wanted for what position, also, I want this person to be this one. I want this person to occupy this position. I want this person to, I'll be voting for this person. I'll be voting for that person. And then they're giving you their reasons, and then, of course, people disagree. So your choice of candidate might be different from the choice of candidate of the next person, the person you're having that conversation with. Okay, so in the midst of all of that argument, the disagreements and stuff, people got to say things that they ordinarily should not have said. Now, some of those things that were said and some of the things that were done during the last general elections made it to social media. Yeah, and then we had some Nigerians condemning certain things because you feel that this person is in the right place, or this person has what it takes to lead the country in whatever capacity you want to vote that person in for, and the next person has a conflicting thought, and then you guys have a conversation around it. But to go as far as saying really mean things about this other candidate to the hearing, let's say I'm having a conversation with you now, and then I'm telling you I want this person as this person to occupy this position, and then you don't think that my choice of candidate is, you don't think I'm making sense to you because you don't see how my candidates will do any of the things I'm saying my candidates will do, and then rather than disagree with me politely or something, and then you begin to curse out the entire, tribe. Let's say my candidate is from my part of Nigeria. Maybe I've made that decision, based on my tribal sentiments. And so you begin to question what my candidates will do, and they go as far as, cursing the entire, tribe and everything like that. So we got to read off and hear of a lot of those things happening during the last general elections, and some of those things made their way to social media. Yeah, it felt like at that point the internet was full of hate because there was the whole tribal war thing going on. So these people saying, this people, look, so your candidate is not making sense, and this one and that one. It was a whole lot going on at the time, yeah. But we got to see that actually we did not hear of anybody being arrested for saying this or for saying that. And I think with the arrest of this lady, Amaka Samberja, in Canada, some Nigerians have been asking, so it is the fact that the police in Canada made a move to arrest her. Yeah, it's obvious that hate speech should actually be regarded as a crime in the country. So how come all this while it feels like hate speeches are being swept under the carpet, like nobody is doing anything when hate speeches are made, against any tribe in Nigeria? Well, for some others on social media, they are saying that her own is too much. Going ahead to say that you poison the whole race, it just feels like, for some people, they gave it the interpretation that if she has the chance to poison the entire Yoruba race, she will do so and wipe them off the surface of the earth. Or if she had the opportunity to poison the entire Benin race, she would do that. So for some Nigerians, it is because she had the maybe your audacity, to say it on social media, to bring it to social media, where things like this can easily go viral. A lot of people say things that, they have their reservations when it comes to certain tribes in Nigeria, and then they have those conversations in their homes, in the comfort of their homes, maybe to their friends or something. You don't see a lot of people, trying to making a video and then publishing on social media saying that they were going to do this and that and those to other tribes. Well, so for Amaka Samberja, she has maybe fortunately or unfortunately been arrested, and there will of course be court proceedings going forward. So netizens are asking, so if the police in Canada could move to arrest that situation, to make us know that, look, this is a wrong thing to say. You don't make such a hateful speech and then you bring it to social media, knowing how fast it could fly. Plus, you are Nigerian. Maybe if you were Canadian, as in Canadian, maybe it would trend, but it would probably be something they would look past and maybe classify as racism, and all of that. But the fact that you're Nigerian just makes it all the more, the fact that she's Nigerian makes it all the more, worse. It just, heightens every situation. So let's talk about it. Should security forces now move to arrest anyone who makes a hate speech against others? So we're in Nigeria. This happened in Canada. Amaka made this speech. She did her video and posted from Canada. And the Canadian police moved to arrest her over there in Canada. The question is, should we copy the same thing down here? When hate speech, because people, a lot of people, to be fair, might have said something about, other tribes that they don't quite fancy, sometimes not exactly hateful. It could be that, you've had a dealing or two with one or two people from a particular tribe and then you don't like the way they do things, you're quite, irritated by certain things they do, maybe certain cultural practices of theirs. It just, irritates you and stuff. And then you'll be like, okay, so you don't like these people, because they do this and that. And then often, things like that might not exactly make it to social media. So at what point do we begin to arrest people for making hateful speeches, especially against other tribes in Nigeria? Is this something you would advise or you would encourage, that we make a thing? Should we make it a thing in Nigeria where security forces begin to move to arrest anyone who makes a hate speech against other people in Nigeria? That's the first question. Next up, what do you think can be done? Because for the longest, we have had the issue of tribal bigotry in Nigeria, and it doesn't even look like it's going anywhere anytime soon. Except, of course, we begin to do our parts, to quell that situation. So what do you think? What would you suggest we do to quell tribal bigotry in Nigeria? Now, regulation of social media is a subject of debate, as some claim it is an infringement on freedom of expression. For some people, if you tell them not to post certain things, not to put out certain content on social media, they will tell you are infringing on their fundamental human rights. That's where the whole English thing comes in. This one time, there was this debate on social media, and when certain things make it to social media, it is still these people on social media that make it go as viral as it usually does. So they were having this conversation, and a lot of people went, so if you tell me not to post this or that, you are infringing on my fundamental human rights. At the time, I felt like the hashtag fundamental human rights was trending, for a lot of people. And I'm like, okay, so do you guys actually even know what fundamental human rights means? But okay, let's take it you do. Let's, for your sake, let's assume you do. All right. So for some people, if you ask them to, if you try to regulate what they post, the content that we get to see on social media, they feel it's an infringement on their fundamental human rights. That is the freedom of expression. I think that's one thing in the Constitution that a lot of people like to quote. Yeah, so small thing, you hear freedom of expression. Small thing, freedom of expression. Okay. Well, is this incident proof that social media does need regulation? Is this incident proof? I mean, if we had, like a regulatory body for social media content, yeah? If we had an active regulatory body for social media content, do you think that this video, this thing that Amaka Somebada said, do you think it should have made its way to social media? Maybe if before you put out a content, before you put out anything on social media, you had to go through, you would have to submit, to a regulatory body, and then if they don't think it is social media worthy or public worthy, they will trash it. Yeah. So do you think it should have saved, Amaka of this whole, stress of being arrested, and then the court proceedings, everything she'll have to deal with, going forward? So is this incident proof that social media does indeed need regulation? And then how do we strengthen Nigeria's diversity? As a youth corps member at the time, I think one of the things that they kept on ringing in our ears was unity in diversity. So from the plays, the drama that we had to, the drama we had to act out on stage, to the kind of songs we chose. Oh, you were supposed to, choose songs and dance representing at least 5 tribes in Nigeria, And so all of that was supposed to, the idea was to promote unity. Yeah, so they said we are stronger together, and share the whole unity and diversity thing going on. So how do we strengthen Nigeria's diversity? Because for the longest, it feels like this diversity is falling apart. So how do we put it back together, and make it all make sense? I'd love to get your thoughts at this point. So 0817 0000 951. 0817 0000 951. 0810 9510 951. 0810 9510 951. Let me get your thoughts. Hello. Oh, I'm sorry, try calling again. Hello, good evening.
Amaka disappoint me.
Wow. That is such a nice way to put it.
Too much. No, they disappoint you face. No, they make a speech. No, but your own is that you have a sweet voice. Amaka, good evening to you.
Good evening to you. What's your name, sir?
My name is Dede Henry. I'm calling you from Port Harcourt.
Okay, you're welcome.
Amaka, this is bigotry taken too far. Are you with me?
Of course.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Amaka, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, God. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, let me go on, but I can't hear you. This is his speech taken too far as I'm concerned. And thank God that the authorities have done what ordinarily is supposed to be done without anybody. But do you know that it was the same Nigerians, like our diaspora madam, Abike Dabiri, and the others that called for the arrest of this woman? They pushed for it, they shouted for it, and it has happened. But these people are in this same Nigeria when people like MC Oliomo, during the elections and the electioneering, made the kind of speeches they made, and nobody said a thing. These people were in the same Nigeria when everybody, we've had people say that United Nations observers will go back home in body bags. This in this same Nigeria. This in Nigeria, was it yesterday, we've had somebody saying that not one of them will leave that want to take his structure. Not one of them will leave, ensure that you will set their space on fire. This same Nigeria, nobody is saying anything. Don't you see the, I don't know, is it discrepancies? Don't you see? Now, Amaka, you're talking of social media regulation. For me, I don't see it necessary because there are laws that ordinarily should take care of excesses.
Okay.
There are laws. If there was regulation, they say out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks.
Yeah.
If there was regulations, maybe we wouldn't have known what is in the mind of this Amaka, because it would have ordinarily been tracked. Nobody would have had it. Maybe she would have gone out in secret to do that which is in her mind. But because she was allowed to say what in her mind is in her mind, now the people have gotten to know, and they think she's facing it. There are laws. If somebody does ordinarily what is against the law, the authorities should go after the person. And when you do to 1, 2, 3, 5 people, the regulations will be autopilot.
Right.
You ordinarily regulate yourself and mind the kind of things you do and say.
Okay.
And I think that is more organic, that is better, it is more natural than, trying to gag people.
All right,
you
thank you.
understand? So,
thank you.
For me, I think the Canadian authorities have given us lessons to learn. We should learn from there that there are, where your right stops is where another begins. Yes, in as much as you have freedom of whatever, but there are limits. Where your own stops is where another person's own starts, so that you know your boundaries.
All right, thank you.
Let's begin to enforce our laws. There are laws in Nigeria. Let's begin to enforce them, Amaka. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening, Amaka.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I think they say, good morning, senior is a brother to how are you? You greet me, I respond. Let me say this, Honorable Chris Okush. We are going to equity. We go with a clean hand. Now, we have now that they arrested the Canadian woman. But nobody cares to know what are the causes that make the woman to say whatever thing. See, don't throw stone inside market because you don't know if your mom or any of your relatives will be in that. Is it not in this country that somebody say that he will kill boats and throw them inside lagoon? Did anybody come? Did they arrest anybody? Is it not this hate speech? Is it not in the same way the politicians, Nigerian politicians, are doing it? That they bring stone that this and that will happen to this person. Baboons and the monkey will choke with the blood. Is it not a human being in Nigeria that said it? Did anything happen to that person? If I want to see Mr. President now, tomorrow morning, for example, I'll just insult him. I will call him all sorts of names, maybe to Sonion. If the Muhammad don't want to come to mountain, then mountain will come to Muhammad. If I say something now towards Mr. President, he will see me and I will meet him one-on-one. So, see, this country you see, Nigeria, when you are going to you go with a clean hand.
All right.
Oh no, the one of Lagos that said that if Igbo people did not go to that he's going to do this and do that and do that. Did anybody arrested him? But the king in Lagos are still in the prison. Is it because of what? Oh no, Yoruba, the Igbo man, the king, Naibo Abi, because he named Naibo man.
All right, thank you.
Kind of country. How do you want us to live together with this kind of character? You treat my father like that. You want me to see you?
All right, thank you, Mr. Chris. Let me take some more calls. So far, you guys saying that security forces should now move to arrest anyone who makes a hate speech against others. Are we going to, copy what the Canadian police has just done? Yeah. So Amaka has been arrested. She said some hateful things. She wants to poison Yorubas and let's see, people from Benin. So is it something we should begin to practice here in Nigeria? Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Sister Amaka. A blessed evening to you, and a bad one to all the bad politicians and lazy security men who don't know their work. Sister Amaka, you see, in as much as I am not a supporter of hate speech or what the woman did, I know it's wrong. But this, our security, our Nigerian government, they are very lazy that they don't know their job. Now, what kind of thing that Simon Ekpa has not done, that today they have not been able to even arrest him? But because of Simon Ekpa will be somewhere in Netherlands and he will give order and boys will be killing even security forces, army here. But they have not been one day tried to arrest Simon Ekpa. What about MC Omolo, Abi MC Omoru, Abi Omare, the man that say everybody that will not vote Jagaban should go to their DC, they should not come out. What have the security men done? What about this man in the north that always come out to talk so much violence and crisis that they do not do like this, that Boko Haram should do like this, not do like this. The security men. Okay, what about the Wike here now? We have heard him say so many things. Now he say he will set state on fire. He will put the fire on state.
So are you saying that security forces should now begin to arrest people who make hate speeches in Nigeria?
You see, what is good for the Ganda is also good for the Wadagundos, Abi Gandis, Abi what. Let them arrest everybody, not only that woman. That woman now that they arrest her. Why have they not arrest all these people? I can continue to mention. Okay, look at now. The man Asari Dokubo, he will be parading his ammunition and his boys on social media. The security people, they don't see him. So many things are happening. They will not do those things. So they have people who they choose to arrest. That is why I say they are lazy and they don't know.
Well, Amaka Sambreja was arrested in Canada by Canadian police, not Nigerian police.
But it was for Nigerian police that issued the arrest warrant that made them to arrest him. Why have they not issued an arrest warrant to arrest Simon Epa?
All right, thank you. Point taken.
So this kind of government that they don't know law, they will not be obeying law. They will choose somebody to carry out their function and not carry function and obey law and not obey law. The truth is that this country, for now, the thing is that there is no law working.
All right.
Most especially this time of Chakapa.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Your point has been taken. All right, what can we do to quell tribal bigotry in Nigeria? Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you. Name and location.
I'm Angel from Port Harcourt.
Welcome, Angel.
So, normally, hate speech is a crime in Nigeria, but our system is really messed up. And for you to say, the other caller, sorry, I said, if you make a speech against the president will come to you. The president will not come to you, you will go to prison. That's just it. And, what I've seen in this country that if you make hate speech to all these people in top positions, the law will come to you. But when it is made to the common masses, doesn't apply to you. So these are the limits and excesses that we suffer in this country. These are things that are already in the constitution, but the laws are not.
We're just not having that done. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Angel. Okay, so do we already have these things in place? And then how come, they don't seem to be doing so much for the Nigerian populace? And then is it possible, do you think tribal bigotry will ever be a thing of the past in Nigeria? Hello, good evening to you. Oh, I'm sorry you tried calling again. Is it possible to have, I don't know, this whole the one Nigeria thing that we get to sing about and read about, do you think it will ever happen? Do you think it is possible that there'll be a time when we can, do when you say unity in diversity, you would literally see the unity in diversity and not just, Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name?
I'm Apple.
Where are you coming from? Okay.
See, the truth is this: we don't in this country, and there are some tribes. If they do that, for them to feed them. And ones that the sheep, while others
Can you turn on the volume of your radio, please?
Okay, let me go. So, that is I have read from the
so many men that said they will throw a particular into the lagoon if they don't vote so people in Lagos. So many. And whether he's given to the president, says he cannot apologize for choosing a particular tribe person. Then when they discover that his hand is not, he said he will never apologize. So many things, even the president, from what I read, that type of I don't know what you call it because I'm not that educated. They should kill a particular tribe.
Somebody said they should kill a particular tribe.
Then how do we make it together in this country? Thank you.
All right, thank you. I was trying to get what you said. If you said somebody said they should kill a particular tribe in the country and the person was not arrested. Okay, well, should we now hope that the Canadian police has set the standard? You know, the standard, is it really high? Is it too high for the Nigerian police to keep up with? Last call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, I'm at our last call.
Welcome, what's your name?
It's Chris. The last call, the woman I just spoke, I want to explain something. The king in Lagos, we
heard him. I heard you the first time, Mr. Chris. I want to talk to other people.
Why are they keeping him?
Okay.
What did he do?
All right, thank you, Mr. Chris. Your point has been taken. I want to do one call from somebody who has not spoken tonight, please. But I did ask that: are we going to ever see unity in diversity happen? Are we ever going to be united in our diversity? So people from different tribes in Nigeria coming together to do the whole one Nigeria, as in one Nigeria. Hello, good evening.
Finally, good evening. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Finally, I'm sorry. What's your name?
Evangelist in Kembillion.
Welcome.
And the woman that spoke last night, she spoke well. See, my sister, it must be told. I don't think we are going to be united again. I'm sorry to say that because a politician started, they can listen. If you go back to social media, you listen to campaign during presidential election, we hear a lot of things from some people, you know, because of politics. They use their hand to motivate those boys. You understand? They said a lot of things, including Nobo of Lagos. He made a comment just few weeks ago, giving quick notice to Lagos, which warranted Abia State Governor to leave Abia State and went and meet the Lagos State Governor. It's on record. A lot of business are being put on fire in Lagos. Destroy. I'm telling you the practical truth. As I'm talking to you now, I'm calling you direct from Lagos.
So you don't see the unity in diversity happening?
No, I don't think so. Because our president himself is even involved. He said a lot of things during campaign, which is motivating. Even all the things that are happening in Lagos, he have not said anything. So the Canadian women, to me, it's not a good one. It's not an example because our people here, both our police here, are not doing a lot. Our leaders, they contribute a lot because
thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So when you said the president is involved, how is he involved? I mean, he's the president of Nigeria, not the president of the Southwest, right? So, I mean, if he's ruling over the whole country, the entire Nigeria, not the Southwest alone, he's not the president of Lagos, he's the president of Nigeria. So, he cannot possibly hate one tribe or pick one tribe over the others. Well, and then truth be told, yeah, when it comes to the issue of tribe, there's that thing in you as a person who is from a particular tribe. There's that thing that will most likely push you to be sentimental, where people of your own tribe, people who speak your language, are concerned. You might have that, soft spot for people who speak your language. I think that's like a Nigerian thing, or maybe that's an African thing. If it is not universal, if it is not a universal thing, it might be an African thing. I mean, look at the recent situation with the what's her name now? Chidinma Adesina, who was supposed to contest for Miss South Africa. And then they said, she wasn't South African enough to contest because the chances of her winning and becoming the next Miss South Africa was really high. And then they didn't want that because they said she wasn't South African enough. So don't you think that's like a maybe African thing? But anyway, that's our show. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode. This will continues tomorrow. It's Wednesday, so this will continues tomorrow at 9 a.m. Actually, 9 p.m. still. Okay, I'll take you through the world news at 10 p.m. Take you through the world today thereafter. And then lovey-dovey happens sometime around 11:15 p.m. Stay tuned to the dial. My name is Amaka, and it's Today 95.1 FM.
Okay, all right. All you need to know about this one is that
95.1 FM. Such a unique dial.
Please listen to this paid infomercial.
Herbal Heritage International, the Kokoroko, for herbal medicine, when they produce strong, correct medicine, they take it, they support with country healthcare system. Countryman, correct, bakelistic, ogbonge herbal medicine, they know they come out for public anyhow, like a big basket. Full ground, as every Christmas have been boundary. Sickness self sabi medicine will pass them. After all, monkey smart now, because tree near tree is a forest. Heritage International go use the technology of computer testing machine to see and know before attacking that your health condition. We don't become Obarogba for your life with the correct treatment. Therefore, whether definition or without definition, make you visit Herbal Heritage International. Offices way near you. Herbal Heritage International. Now you.
Hello and welcome to the program Roots and Herbs. Roots and Herbs is a program that discusses health-related challenges and suggests possible ways out from the herbal medicine perspective. Roots and Herbs is put together and sponsored by Herbal Heritage International, also known as Baba Yoruba. Baba Yoruba is currently having a special promo package. This promo package will give you the opportunity to enjoy 50% discount on all their products and services. This offer runs while the stock lasts at number 24 Ikwere Road, Mile 1 by Education Bus Stop, Port Harcourt. Number 24 Ikwere Road, Mile 1 by Education Bus Stop, Port Harcourt. This promo package will give you the opportunity to enjoy 50% discount on all their products and services. And at the same time, it will give you the privilege of meeting Baba Yoruba himself at the venue. For details and inquiries, the telephone number to call is 080 33 111 946. I repeat, 080 33 111 946. 080 33 111 946. On today's edition of the program, our topic for discussion is staphylococcal infection. And I have with me in the studio, Dr. Otumba Abiodun. Sir, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Staphylococcal infections do occur in the body system when Staphylococcus bacteria enters into the body system and spread within the body system, destroying body cells. Staphylococcus bacteria are majorly of three types that can afflict men. But of these three, the most pathogenic in nature, that is the one that is capable of causing diseases easily in men, is the Staphylococcus aureus, because it is capable of invading body cells, destroying them, causing different pathological changes in the body. When Staphylococcus bacteria spread in the body system, there are a number of changes that one can experience. This can result to burning sensation within the individual, and this can be seen as fever from time to time, or a situation where there is certain hotness coming from within. There can be skin manifestations in staphylococcal infection that can be given one periodic boils or rashes all over the body. In some people, such rashes can come around the pubic region, or even leading to boils that can lead to blisters or even ulcers on the skin. It is possible for one to experience persistent headache in staphylococcal infection because the body fluid is already contaminated. Staphylococcus, as we know, is a form of bacteria. Any bacteria that is capable of spreading in the body system can lead to reactions in the body that can further damage body tissues. And when this occurs, it is possible for one to experience joint pains in form of infective arthritis. Part of this bacteria can spread deep into the tissues of the heart, affecting the valves of the heart. And when this occurs, you discover that there can be palpitation that some will start witnessing as if they have panic attack. When this is allowed to continue in the body system, it is possible for one to start getting tired easily. There are many people, by walking from one pole to another, they get tired, or by doing just something that is not supposed to be that tasking in terms of energy consumption, they discover that it's as if they don't have enough hair where they are located. All this can be as a result of weakness of the heart resulting from infection or spread of this bacteria we're talking about. When this bacteria is able to pollute the body fluid, it is possible for one to witness mouth odor. Mouth odor is a form of changes that is called halitosis, where people will start coming up with breath coming from within that is already polluted. There is no amount of time such people wash their mouth, you discover that the breath coming out is very offensive. All this can be as a result of pollution of the body system. It is possible, if any bacteria is able to dwell so long in the body system, to contaminate the whole body fluid and even damage nerves. When nerves are damaged, there can be tiredness. Not only this, it is possible for men to suffer a lot because this can degenerate to a situation where a man is unable to stand like a real man. When a man is unable to stand like a real man, it is seen as a serious challenge because the whole family can be affected. Part of the joy of the relationship can be stolen, and this can cause different rancors in the family. A man that is unable to stand as he should can find it difficult to get arousal. The desire for opposite sex can disappear, and once that arousal is not there, that is the ignition point. It means such a man will not be able to stand like a real man. In some people, the arousal can be there, but you discover that because nerves have been damaged, the transmission from the upper center down to the power point of man, that is in between his two thighs, can be weakened. When such occurs, you discover that such a man can even get arousal or is able to stand, but the type of standing that he has is not strong enough to help him to even get into the act. In some people, they make efforts to get into the act, but you discover that they are unable to spend more than a minute or more before they are exhausted. Mind you, before a man can be called a real man, such a man must be able to have the arousal as desired and also be able to sustain the energy he has been able to gather for a considerable length of time. That is when such a man can be able to make his partner happy when it comes to man-to-woman interaction. So such men do suffer from this from time to time. It's after knowing the root cause of the challenge that one will be able to know the right step to take for one to be totally free. Whenever you experience anything that we have been able to mention or other things, it's very important for one to visit a competent healthcare giver who will be able to run tests on one and pinpoint where the problem lies and provide solution. For more enlightenment and advice, the number to call is 080-33-111-946. I repeat, 080-33-111-946. Thank you all.
All right, you've been listening to the program Roots and Herbs. Roots and Herbs is a program that discusses health-related challenges and suggests possible ways out from the herbal medicine perspective. Roots and Herbs is put together and sponsored by Herbal Heritage International, also known as Baba Yoruba. Baba Yoruba is currently having a special promo package. This promo package will give you the opportunity to enjoy 50% discount on all their products and services. This offer runs while the stock lasts at number 24 Ikwere Road, Mile 1 by Education Bus Stop, Port Harcourt. Number 24 Ikwere Road, Mile 1 by Education Bus Stop, Port Harcourt. This promo package will give you the opportunity to enjoy 50% discount on all their products and services. And at the same time, it will give you the privilege of meeting Baba Yoruba himself at the venue. For details and inquiries, the telephone number to call is 080 33 111 946. I repeat, 080 33 111 946. 080 33 111 946. I repeat, 080 33 111 946. Let's take our sponsor's message. Don't go away. We shall be right back.
Herbal Heritage International, the Kokoroko, for herbal medicine where they produce strong, correct medicine. They take it, they support with country healthcare system. Quatliman, correct bakelistic ogbonge herbal medicine. They know they come out for public anyhow like a big masquerade. Full ground as every Christmas have been boundary. Sickness self sabi medicine will pass them. After all, monkey smart now because tree near tree is a forest. Heritage International will use the technology of computer testing machine to see and know before attacking that your health condition. We don't become Ubarugba for your life with the correct treatment. Therefore, whether definition or without definition, make you visit Herbal Heritage International. Offices way near you. Herbal Heritage International. Now
You're welcome back to Roots and Herbs. Roots and Herbs is a program that discusses health-related challenges and suggests possible ways out from the herbal medicine perspective. Roots and Herbs is put together and sponsored by Herbal Heritage International, also known as Baba Yoruba. Baba Yoruba is currently having a special promo package. This promo package will give you the opportunity to enjoy 50% discount on all their products and services. This offer runs while the stock lasts. At number 24 Ikwere Road, Mile 1 by Education Bus Stop, Port Harcourt. Number 24 Ikwere Road, Mile 1 by Education Bus Stop, Port Harcourt. This promo package will give you the opportunity to enjoy 50% discount on all their products and services. And at the same time, it will give you the privilege of meeting Baba Yoruba himself at the venue. For details and inquiries, the telephone number to call is 080 33 111 946. I repeat, 080 33 111 946. 080 33 111 946. Until we come your way again, remain blessed.
And that was a paid infomercial.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people. Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today 95.1 FM.